all the positive Google reviews continuing to pour in for Rich Lawn's Tire and Service Centers, we want you to know we appreciate you.
You were due for service, we delivered, and then you went the extra mile and wrote a few kind words about the service you experienced.
Yeah, thank you so much. Michael, Glenn, Jeff, Lisa, Carol, Jason, John,
Wait,
Michelle,
hang on a
Ryan.
second, Dad. As fun as it may be to name every single person who's ever left us a Google review, there just isn't enough time. We get 60 seconds, and I'd say we've got about 28 left.
Ah, good point, Courtney.
Listen, we appreciate every last one of you for helping us maintain a nearly 5-star Google rating. And we're going to keep on shooting for the stars, especially when it comes to providing top-notch auto repair service.
Yep, and remember, be safe, buckle up, and hey, always make sure you've got good tread on your tires. Peter, Bruce, Samantha, Kimberly, Nick, Heather,
Oh,
Marissa,
Dad.
George, Jeremy, Diane, Brad, Paul.
Rich Lawns.
The place you want to go, Lynch McWanago.
Nobody sells for less than Lynch.
It's going to be a real scorcher tonight. Miami's going to have to air out the arena.
Portis thought about the three, instead passes to Lillard. He'll scissor his way down the lane, lays it in off the glass.
Oh, Lord, I think I'm coming down with a case of the vapors.
It's the Bucks and the Heat, with our coverage starting tonight at 6 on your home of the Bucks. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
It's 6 o'clock. I'm Vince Vitrano. This is Wisconsin's Morning News for Tuesday, November 28th. Our top story, a collision with a pedestrian leaves one dead in Milwaukee.
I'm Eric Bilstad. Microsoft gets a green light.
I'm Brandon Snide. The Bucks look to punch their ticket tonight in South Beach.
I'm Debbie Lazico. We're looking pretty good out on the roads. No major delays around the area and no incidents to report either. That's your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver traffic.
Sunshine early today, then increasing clouds through the day. Breezy and cold. High temperature of just 27 degrees. Mostly cloudy, breezy. Staying a little bit more mild tonight with a low down to 24. Right now, Milwaukee's at 16 degrees. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, pedestrian dead following collision on Milwaukee's north side overnight. 31-year-old was walking near Val Phillips and Center about 8:30 Monday night. That's when police say a person was struck by the oncoming driver. Medical examiner's office reported that pedestrian dead on scene. Driver of the vehicle did remain there, and police say that person is cooperating with the investigation.
Milwaukee police are investigating a shooting that injured a 14-year-old. This happened near Sherman and Fond du Lac on the city's north side around 5 p.m. Monday. Victim went to the police station looking for help, was taken to the hospital where they're now being treated for non-deadly injuries.
Microsoft's plan to expand a data center in Racine County, getting the okay from Mount Pleasant Village Board. Board took up the massive proposal Monday night. Microsoft plans to make a major investment in the area, including spending billions to expand its data center footprint and acquire some 630 acres from Mount Pleasant. Racine County Board is next to consider the project tonight.
A village trustee of Hales Corner is stepping down after nearly 90 sick cats were found in their home.
Linda Bergen resigned from her role on the Hales Corners Village Board 2 days before being cited for animal neglect and failure to provide proper shelter for animals. Our partners at TMJ4 News report a neighbor complained about the smell of urine coming from Bergen's home. Every cat in the house died from a contagious respiratory disease. On Monday, a team wearing hazmat suits were tearing out the inside of the house. Dogs and hedgehogs were also found, but their condition isn't known. Jack Grau, WTMJ News.
A continued ceasefire between Israel and Hamas extended by 2 days now will allow for more aid to be sent into Gaza and for the continuation of hostage negotiations. CBS News correspondent Cami McCormick.
As more hostages and prisoners were swapped, many Israelis expressed support for the extended truce.
I think it's the right decision because my heart is with all the families that have hostages in Gaza, and I believe that we should do anything to get them out.
If a truce is what will get them home, yes, it's a risk. I'm just not sure that all of them will eventually be released.
The ceasefire is now extended until Wednesday, which the U.S. hopes will also allow more aid into Gaza.
Monday saw the release of 11 more Israeli hostages held by Hamas in Gaza. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has remained adamant that fighting will resume once the ceasefire ends.
Presidents past and present, as well as multiple First Ladies, will attend an invitation-only memorial for First Lady Rosalind Carter today.
Mourners remembered her as a people person who was genuine and kind.
She treated everyone with respect and dignity. She was unpretentious, never seeking recognition for herself.
Crowds of mourners came to pay their respects.
I want to be part of a historic moment. I mean, not everybody can, pay their respects to the First Lady of the United States.
A private funeral will be held tomorrow at Maranatha Baptist Church in Plains, Georgia, where the Carters have been active members for decades. Dave Malkoff, CBS News, Atlanta.
Coming up, there's a new feature on the iPhone that's raising security concerns among law enforcement. But should you really be concerned about it? That story next. Signing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:04.
Your Salvation Army donation feeds the hungry. Share your hope today at samilwaukee.org.
Buying a diamond here just got a lot easier and a lot less expensive. Just in time for the holidays, Diamonds Direct has arrived. Now open on Mayfair Road in front of Mayfair Mall. This is the game-changing concept that's sweeping across America with the largest selection of rare, precious diamonds, up to 30 times ordinary jewelry stores, from 1 carat to 20 carat diamonds, not on a computer screen, but actually in stock every day. Started by former diamond wholesalers, Diamonds Direct has diamond cutters around the world and tremendous buying power, delivering exceptional value in a world-class, luxurious new showroom. This is no ordinary jewelry store. It's a diamond powerhouse, a true direct diamond importer that will forever change how people in Milwaukee buy diamonds and fine jewelry. We've needed a place like this for years. Now it's here. The all-new Diamonds Direct. Unmatched selection, uncompromising quality, and unbeatable value. Come celebrate with special savings now. The all-new Diamonds Direct on Mayfair Road in front of Mayfair Mall. Get details and learn more at diamondsdirect.com.
Get 10% off your roofing project if you call and sign up before the end of the year. And if the weather turns south, we'll still hold your price for next year. So count on Semper Fi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry. Semper Fi.
Signing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:06.
Why tonight's Bucks game has added significance. Brandon Snide with sports at 6:15.
It is National Alzheimer's Month, shining a light on those who suffer from the disease and those who care for them.
Azura Memory Care President Jill Kreider tells Wisconsin's Afternoon News what you can watch out for as early signs of dementia in loved ones.
Going to a place that's very familiar to them that they often went to and now they're getting lost. Taking longer to complete daily normal tasks is often an early sign.
While early detection and treatment is key, there is no cure, and Alzheimer's impacts those who care for patients as well.
70% of caregivers over the age of 70 actually end up passing away before their loved one just because of the toll it can take on them.
Wyatt Barmore-Pooley, WTMJ News.
Hotels certain to book up during the Republican National Convention coming to Milwaukee in the summer. Owner of Marcus Hotels and Resorts, Greg Marcus, telling Wisconsin's Afternoon News how they've improved the St. Kate and Pfister hotels specifically for this event.
Now we're doing the corridors and the guest rooms, and we're redoing those bathrooms. It's going to be absolutely spectacular. And we were just looking at, new design work for the lobby. We're not changing the lobby, but it's time for new carpet and new paint and some new furniture.
Marcus says they are eager to share Midwest niceness with the guests coming to Milwaukee.
Law enforcement and other security experts issuing a warning about a feature called Name Drop in the newest iOS software update.
But CBS News tech contributor Ian Shore says there's no need to worry.
It's the digital equivalent of constantly being worried about sharks in the water. Yeah, it's important to make sure that you're safe, but a shark attack, just like someone trying to physically hack into your phone, happens far more in Hollywood than in real life.
He says the feature isn't just going to turn on by accident.
People have to bring their phones practically touching together before they have the option to share their data. And even then, it's not automatic. The person has to say, yes, they want to share it.
Christopher Cruz, CBS News.
So this is like Eric said, hey, do you have Pancake's number? Do you have his contact?
And then me dropping it to your phone.
Instead of you click, 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 we just tap our phones together, activating this. But both parties have to be in agreement. That's
Correct.
What these guys are saying is like, okay, hang on here. Like no one's just walking near your kid and sucking their information
taking
out.
contact,
right? Something to be aware of. 6:08 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Happy holidays. This is WTMJ's Jeff Wagner here to tell you about Built Right Furniture. Built Right's Black November mattress deals are held over through Saturday. Shop the most unique selection of mattresses with over 60 models and 500 mattresses in stock. Look, Built Right always saves you money. Don't make a mistake by ordering online or from an employee-free store. Built Right makes it easy, and with their legitimate sale prices, you get an exceptional value and a great night's sleep. Built Right does the research for you. Their team will take the time to help fit you. Built Right's affordable, better quality brands include Restonic, Therapeutic, Heirloom, Gold Bond, and Schiffman. Built Right offers free delivery on mattress-only purchases of $7.99 or more, and they'll remove your old mattress as well. Select model sets include a free mattress protector or a heavy-duty bed frame. Shop Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Sunday they're closed to be with family. When you get there, tell them WTMJ's Jeff Wagner sent you to locally and family-owned Built Right, 54th and Layton Avenue in Greenfield.
Traffic is sponsored by Hall Mazda Milwaukee. Visit hallmazdamilwaukee.com.
While you're navigating the roads as quickly and safely as possible, if you see something we should know about, call the WTMJ Hall Mazda Traffic Tip Line, 414-238-9329.
Checking in with Debbie Lazica here at 6:09.
All right, so far, so good. We got a clear ride across the whole area. No major delays and no incidents up on the board. So far, so good. I'm Debbie Lazica with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. The coldest morning since March out there this morning. Some spots even dipping into the single digits. Wind chills at times dipping below zero. We'll have lots of sunshine to start the day. Increasing clouds late to high temperature of 27. For tonight, mostly cloudy, breezy. Maybe a few flurries, a low of 24. Wednesday better. Mostly sunny skies up to 40. Thursday partly cloudy, 44. Friday mostly cloudy and 40. And a chance of a rain-snow mix on Saturday, a high of 40 degrees. I'm Chief Meteorologist Brian Isnansky with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Milwaukee at 16 degrees.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here's your host, Vince Vitrano.
Coming up on 11 minutes after 6 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Glad you're with us on this Tuesday morning.
Vince, he played in the major leagues for 21 seasons. He was an All-Star 17 times and a Hall of Famer and also governor of the great state of Wisconsin. I'm talking about Warren Spahn.
How about that?
Yes, Governor Spahn. That would have been a great nickname for him.
Oh, Gov Spahn over there?
Who's on the hill today? Ooh, the governor. Oh, Brewers are going to win today.
The governor's throwing today, huh?
300 wins for the governor.
That'd be a great nickname.
Mm-hmm. So this stems from a story that popped over the weekend from Wisconsin Right Now. Then all the other outlets grabbed it. Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers has been using an alternative state email account under the name of the late Hall of Fame legendary player Warren Spahn. So Warren.Spahn at Wisconsin Gov was the email.
Was Curly.Lambo taken?
Ray.Nitschke.
You know, that was a problem because a lot of people would try to email Nitschke, but they'd misspell the name. So he wasn't getting important correspondence. So Warren Spahn. There's an H in there, by the way.
Basically, now the administration says, look, the whole point of this was to avoid a ton of clutter of emails, to avoid phishing attempts and all this stuff, other stuff, and that other governors have done something similar. Journal Sentinel says that Walker did this. His was like Jeffrey.Scott. Jeffrey is his middle name. So Jeffrey.
No, Kevin.
Kevin, I'm sorry. You're right. Kevin.Scott at Wisconsin.gov. So
he didn't go famous sports heroes the route for choosing his alias.
Ronnie.Belliard.
Harvey.Keen.
There are some questions about whether or not this should happen. Harvey.Keen, very good. Another one that'd be hard to spell.
So he kept misspelling it.
Apparently, but like the paper says that Walker and Evers both regularly provided public records from their alternate email accounts. So it's not like they were hiding it, but it does give you an opportunity to avoid public scrutiny if you're using Warren.Spahn.
So what you're talking about is, look, there's some controversial thing, and Eric goes into the newsroom, I want to see all the emails between Governor Evers and Speaker Voss.
So then
I put in this open records request, and you expect that to be fulfilled in its entirety. The concern is, are they leaving out, Warren.Spahn?
Right, of course, right? So then the question would be, okay, are there better ways to do this? Could you do like, Tony.Evers2 or Tony.Evers3, or use a middle name or something, which would probably be a little bit more
Sure, and I think people can appreciate if you have the type of job where your email inbox is flooded constantly. We have that here with all sorts of interview requests and spam and other things like that. And obviously,
of course.
And there are constituent correspondence as well, which the governor's office has said, look, yes, someone looks through all of that, so that's still getting through. But do you want some crank who's upset about this, that, or the other when you're trying to plan a meting with various other lawmakers?
I am
understood why, but
I'm going to send
concerning.
a note, though. I'm going to send a note to the governor here, magic.man at wisconsin.gov.
Donnie Mikowski.
Doing nicknames now. That would be great.
Also,
Grave digger.
Right, way to make yourself go ahead and put old on the pedestal right there. You couldn't pick someone a little more contemporary.
Warren Spahn.
Everyone on his staff said, "Who's Warren Spahn?" 6:14 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
The holiday shopping season is here. WTMJ's John Mercure. I've got a great idea for you. Gift cards from the historic Fox and Hounds, voted the best supper club in the area, make perfect holiday gifts. I was just talking to a coworker today who was at the Fox and Hounds last week, said it was fantastic. It was spectacular. And if you buy a $100 gift card, you get a $20 gift card free. Buy $250, get $50 free. Buy $500, get $125 free. With the buy one dinner, get one free offer, when you buy one gift card, it's like getting a second gift card for free. So gift cards for your loyal employees and clients make wonderful holiday gifts, and your company will save hundreds of dollars. Order online at foxandhoundsrestaurant.com. Book your company party at the Fox and Hounds in December or January. Half of your employees' dinners are free. The Fox and Hounds, just off Highway 167, 2 miles east of the famous Holy Hill Shrine. It is gorgeous at the holidays. The holiday lights and decorations are absolutely magical. Enjoy your free dinner tonight at Fox and Hounds.
You can also reach me at
Go ahead.
Sean.went@WTMJ.com. Vince Vitrano here for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Hey, still time to get in on this deal. 0% interest and no down payment for up to 36 months when you order your beautiful new Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin by November 30th. So if you've got drafty old windows and doors. It's colder near the windows, or you got that door where it's just not sealed tight anymore. In addition to wanting to beautify your home as well, with beautiful new Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin products, can help dramatically lower your energy costs year-around. Pella Windows and Doors can have things installed in as little as 6 weeks, and now you can save even more by taking advantage of this great deal that goes to the end of the month. No interest and no down payment for up to 36 months. You got to get your order in by November 30th. So what you want to do is set your free in-home consultation today. Give them a call and find more information at PellaWI.com. That's legit. It's PellaWI.com, or talk to Gina.Della. I wonder what her alias would be. Gina's, I could pick some for her.
Tauscher.
Mark.Tauscher. Yes. Email him. It's PellaWI.com.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Rejuvenex.com. Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. Here's Brandon Snide.
The 5-6 Green Bay Packers stepped out on the practice field for the first time since their Week 12 win in Detroit. Jordan Love and the offense, a sight to see for the Pack. And according to Mike Tannenbaum of ESPN, it's just the beginning in Green Bay.
But when you look at the surrounding skill players, guys, from Romeo Doubs, Christian Watson, Musgrave, Reed, those guys are all young, and I think they're growing up together. I don't think anybody's going to see this Packer team, especially when you consider yesterday they were missing Jair Alexander and Devondre Campbell on defense. So I think this team is coming, and I think Jordan Love's coming as well.
Tannenbaum there on ESPN Radio. Head coach Matt LaFleur also not disagreeing with the former GM.
Yeah, I think we're definitely operating at a much higher level. Jordan's doing a really nice job. I think the guys around him are helping that situation as well. Certainly the guys up front are doing a really good job in pass protection. When you have Christian Watson out there going up for balls and making plays on the ball, and guys like Malik Heath making some contested catches, it certainly is going to help your quarterback function at a higher level.
The Packers did get some encouraging news at practice on Monday. Jair Alexander, Devondre Campbell, Dontavian Wicks, Rudy Ford, and Eric Stokes all returned into the practice field. Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon, on the other hand, were with the rehab group for the Pack, and Josiah DeGuara was the lone player who did not participate. To college hoops, after winning the Fort Myers tip-off last week, the Wisconsin Badgers got back to work on Monday night, dominating Western Illinois from start to finish in this one, winning 71-49.
Boom, he's got his double figures. Crowd nice spin move and the jam.
The call there on FS1 as the Badgers with the win, improving to 5-2 on their season. And lastly, back over to the NFL where the Chicago Bears sunk the Minnesota Vikings on Monday Night Football, kicking a last-second 30-yard field goal to win it by a final score of 12-10. The win improves the Bears to 4-8 on their season, and the loss drops Minnesota to 6-6 on theirs, leaving Green Bay just a half game out of the final NFC playoff spot.
Coming up next, we are awash in holiday lights displays. Which ones are new? Which ones are free? Which ones do you have to pay for? That's all coming up next on Wisconsin's Morning News.
'Tis the season of giving. Join us at WTMJ for our Giving Tuesday celebrations, where we use our platform to help local organizations better the lives of those they are helping. Wisconsin's Morning News and WTMJ Now are helping Penfield Children's Community Center. To get a link to help out this organization, text GIVE to the Old National Bank talk and text line 855-616-1620. We are Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio WTMJ.
Vince Vitrano here for Connect Chiropractic. I'm so grateful for the care that I've been getting with Dr. Alex Young and his team. We've really worked out my neck stiffness, headaches, chronic lower back pain, all improving. For some of my fellow patients, it's sciatica, better sleep, better digestion, overall wellness. Connect Chiropractic is not just about alleviating those symptoms, but about maintaining that long-term healthier feeling. So when you've worked through your initial corrective care plan, then you start work with Dr. Alex on your wellness plan. It's how to make sure that you're staying in this better condition that you've achieved. You do regular maintenance on so many things in our lives, right? Why would we approach the health of our nervous system any differently? You book an appointment for your first assessment. You don't have to commit to anything. Just get that assessment and learn how Connect Chiropractic can help you. Get started online right now. It's goconnectchiro.com. That's goconnectchiro.com. WTMJ's Vince Vitrano here for Walker Media Agency. Who designed your company website? Do you even remember? Does it tell your story? Does it drive customer traffic? If you are hesitating on the answers, you need to connect with my friend Matt Walker and Walker Media Agency. Matt and his team are talented, honest, transparent. Even when they're not the lowest bidder, they are the best value. They are looking for a long-term relationship to help your business grow. Find them at walkerwtmj.com or text Walker to 855-616-1620.
Great value never tasted so good. Sendik's frozen cod fillets are just $3.99 per pound this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Sendik's, your trusted local grocer.
At 621, traffic sponsored by Sendik's Food Market, your trusted local grocer since 1926. Debbie.
Still a nice, quiet ride out there, Vince. No major delays around the area, no incidents up on the board, so we are in good shape. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
It's one more chilly day here. We got a high of just 27 degrees today with sunshine early and then increasing clouds through the day. Mostly cloudy, breezy with a chance of flurries overnight and a low down to 24. We warm back up. Mostly sunny Wednesday with a high of 40 degrees. Thursday, partly cloudy skies, but a high of 44. Mostly cloudy on Friday, high 40. And Saturday, mostly cloudy with a chance of a rain-snow mix and a high of 40 degrees. Right now, just 16 in Milwaukee. So it is holiday lights season. You see some around the neighborhood. Some you drive by for free. Others you got to pay to get in, but Southeast Wisconsin is lit up for Christmas.
Oh! Ella, I fixed it! Everybody come out quick, look at the lights!
Great way to enjoy the holiday season, especially with the kids along. Friend of the program, Callie Herbst, founder of Milwaukee with Kids, MKEwithkids.com, live with us on the Tri-County Contracting Hotline this morning. Happy holidays, Callie. Good Thanksgiving at your house?
A great Thanksgiving at our house. Yeah, one of the best, I would say, actually. How about you?
Yeah, well, we traveled for the holiday, which was new for us, but glad to be back home.
Yeah.
So these holiday light shows just absolutely exploded in popularity. I mean, from downtown Milwaukee out to the suburbs. So a little help this morning in sorting that out. Can we talk first about like what's new this year? Any new attractions really on your radar?
Yes, definitely. So Enchant Christmas is one of the most exciting new things that's coming to Milwaukee this year. It's in Franklin Field. It's already underway, and it goes through December 31st. It's kind of an investment, but it looks incredible. There's like this amazing light maze that's very immersive. It's very expansive. When you look at these pictures, it looks like an entire village that's lit up. And there's also an ice skating trail. You can meet Santa, a little elves play place. So you'll have to just hop online and look at it, but it looks absolutely incredible.
An ice skating trail, so you can skate through the lights?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, the zoo has something every year, right?
Yeah, the zoo does wild lights every year, and they've done it for a few years. It's really cool. If you're a zoo lover, then you're definitely going to want to go because they obviously deck it all out with lights. There's sculptures that are like animals, like a giant lit up lion and a giant lit up elephant. This year, what's new is that they're doing a drive-through option on some of the nights. So, check out what nights work for you, and you can decide if you'd like to walk through or do a drive-through thing. It might depend on your kids' ages. But, yep, Wild Lights is back this year with a new drive-through option.
Talking holiday lights displays with Callie Herbst of mkewithkids.com. Do you know anything more about this giant teddy bear they got out at the corners? I mean, I know they always decorate that place beautifully, but this teddy bear is pretty big.
I know, it's so cute. Well, I love that the Corners always goes all out. They'll do a tree lighting this weekend. They always have a Santa's mailbox in their vestibule there. They just do all kinds of special events. I know they do like a live reindeer event. So if you want to get some shopping done, that's a really festive place to go. And as you mentioned, this year they've got a 16-foot teddy bear that's all lit up with holiday lights, and it looks really, really cool. So I just think the Corners is a great place to go for your shopping because they've got all the fun stuff going on as well.
So some of these are things that you have to pay to get into, but what do we know that's free out there? I mean, the first thing that comes to mind for me, of course, is Candy Cane Lane, and they're seeking donations for the Mac Fund. You throw a few bucks in the jar when you pass on through, and Santa gives you a little candy cane or something like that. But beyond Candy Cane Lane, other free options?
Yeah, so the Miller Valley Holiday Lights is a fun one. They do it every year. It's going to start December 1st through 27th. And you drive down through the Miller Valley. You park across from the Frederick Miller Brewery. It's a historic brewery. And they have it really well decorated every year. And it goes with the music. Like you tune your radio to some station, 91.1, I believe. And it's every 10 minutes, and it's just this cool lights show. And that's totally free. And it's just a fun area to drive through. And then there's one also down in Caledonia that I just learned about this year that I'm sure some of your listeners know about, and it's called Jamestown Lights. And it's just a neighborhood down in Caledonia, but it's like several houses that band together and create this really cool display, and it's totally free. And it's also synchronized to music on 97.7. So it sounds really fun.
Awesome options. Thanks so much, Callie. Good to catch up with you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Website is mkewithkids.com, or you can just drive by Eric's house. He put the lights up this weekend.
I did.
So. Is that worth a drive-by or no? News about your money this morning. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Dow Jones Industrial Average was off about 57 points, closed at 35,333. The NASDAQ down about 10 to 14,241, and the S&P 500 closed at 4550. That was off about 9 points. It's time for the Annex Wealth Management Tax Smart Planning Review. They'll review, assess, and provide strategies you can use. Go to annexwealth.com/taxsmart.
The Christmas holiday shopping season is on. WTMJ's John Mercure here. Let me make it easy for you. I'm a huge Mine Shaft restaurant fan. It's been family owned for over 46 years. It's super affordable and super fun. The perfect holiday gift is a Mine Shaft gift card because everyone loves a delicious and affordable breakfast, lunch, or dinner. And check this out. Buy a $100 gift card this week, get a $20 gift card free. Buy $250, get $50 free. Purchase Mine Shaft gift cards for your loyal employees and clients. They're going to love it. Book your holiday company party, office party, or family get-together in the Mine Shaft's free party rooms. They'll create a menu and party to fit your budget. The huge game room adds a ton of fun for your kids and, I must say, for the adults. The Mine Shaft in beautiful downtown Hartford and in Oshkosh right off the interstate. Buy a $100 gift card, get 20 free. Book your holiday party and order your gift cards at MineShaftRestaurant.com. Stop this week. Just walk in. It's the amazing Mine Shaft.
Hey, Fleet Rewards members. Save 10% this Sunday through Thursday at Fleet Farm. No rebates, no waiting, no mail-in forms or receipts. The added 10% savings are for all members in-store and online. Not a member? Sign up in minutes to get your additional savings now. Forget the stamps or waiting for rebates. Save 10% during Fleet Rewards Appreciation Days. And thanks for shopping Fleet Farm. Some restrictions apply.
All you have is one. One chance after an accident. One decision on who to call. One shot to get the help you need. Don't waste it on the one offer you get from your insurance company. Make the one call to Gruber Law Offices. It's the only one you'll need to make. Call us today. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Your Salvation Army donation shelters the homeless. Share hope today at samilwaukee.org.
Exergen thermometers are a top choice of medical professionals at highly ranked hospitals across the U.S. Accuracy matters, so make Exergen the chosen thermometer for your home and family.
Wisconsin's Morning News National Anthem is powered by Weniger Compressor, American patriotism made in Wisconsin. This is the Air Force Reserve Band.
It's 6:30. I'm Adam Roberts, and this is Wisconsin's Morning News for Tuesday, November 28th. Your top story, a crash overnight in Milwaukee takes the life of a pedestrian.
I'm Debbie Laziga. Right now, looking pretty good across the entire system. Not seeing too many delays anywhere or incidents for that matter. That's your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic.
We'll start our day clear, but clouds will be on the increase late in your storm team forecast from Chief Meteorologist Brian Niznansky. High of 27 today with breezy conditions as well. Won't drop too much overnight, down to 24, but a chance of flurries late as well. Right now, clear skies and about 14 degrees in Milwaukee. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, a pedestrian is dead following a collision on Milwaukee's north side overnight. The 31-year-old was walking near Velar Phillips and Center around 8:30 p.m. Monday. That's when Milwaukee police say the person was struck by an oncoming driver. The medical examiner pronounced the pedestrian dead on the scene. The driver of the vehicle staying on scene. Police say they are cooperating with the investigation. A family is without a home after a house fire that Milwaukee police are saying is a case of arson. Neighborhood surveillance footage shows a person appear to start a fire in a car parked next to the home in an alley near 8th and Scott. Then the vehicle explodes and ignites the building into flames. Neighbor Jessica Romani tells TMJ4 News.
We heard a noise that went poof, and then the car just skirted, and then right when we looked out the window, we just saw a big flame right there.
The family says they lost everything in the fire. A GoFundMe seeks to raise $5,000. Microsoft's plan to expand a data center site in Racine County getting the okay from the Mount Pleasant Village Board. The board took up the massive proposal on Monday night. Microsoft wants to make a major investment in the area, including spending billions to expand its data center footprint and acquire 630 acres from the village. The Racine County Board will consider the project tonight. Meanwhile, in other jobs news, a manufacturer planning to bring jobs to the Milwaukee area. Watts Water Technologies bought Menominee Falls-based Bradley Corp back in August to increase efficiency in producing their main shower-related products. In a recent interview with our partners at the Milwaukee Business Journal, Watts Water CEO Bob Pagano said they plan to bring an additional 40 manufacturing jobs to Germantown after reducing jobs in Ohio. Pagano did not provide a timeline of when he expects to begin hiring. It's National Alzheimer's Month, and one area business has a way to learn about what it's like to have the disease.
Azura Memory Care offering a simulation that lets you feel what it's like to have dementia. Azura President Jill Kreider breaks it down on Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
Participants are outfitted with different devices that alter their senses, and they are asked to complete normal daily tasks that for us would be simple.
Kreider says the goal of the program is
to equip them with more empathy, understanding, and patience.
Wyatt Barmore-Pooley, WTMJ News.
And on this Giving Tuesday, as the Sherman Phoenix Marketplace in Milwaukee prepares to celebrate its 5th anniversary today, businesses inside the market hall reflecting on the role the space has played to giving back to the community.
Baked Dreams owner Tamisha Patrice tells WTMJ their bakery joined Sherman Phoenix 3 weeks ago, but her business has been connected to the community center since the 2016 riots.
Went out on Sherman and Burleigh, and we stood in the corner and we literally handed out free cupcakes and hugs. And from there, we knew that we wanted to come out of our home-based baking business and to go commercial.
5 years later, they're now officially in the marketplace, and she calls it
a full circle moment.
Jack Grau, WTMJ News.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Adam Roberts. Citing Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 6:34.
Traffic is sponsored by the shower remodel experts at Kohler Services, WI.com.
Upgrade to a beautiful Kohler Luxstone shower in as little as a day or two with the shower remodel experts at Kohler Services. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com today.
How do you steal a forklift? That story next on Wisconsin's Morning News.
This report sponsored by Pella of Wisconsin. Discover Pella now, pay later at PellaWI.com.
Everywhere you look, from groceries to utilities to gas, prices keep going up. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin can dramatically help lower your energy costs year-round by replacing drafty windows and doors in as little as 6 weeks. And now you can save even more by taking advantage of no interest and no down payment for up to 36 months when you order by November 30th. Bring the love of Wisconsin's outdoors in through the beauty and quality craftsmanship of Pella Windows and Doors. Whether you're updating or upgrading the look and comfort of your home, Pella has extensive lines of customizable options to meet your needs and your budget. Replacing drafty windows and doors can dramatically lower your energy costs. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin offers some of the most energy efficient windows in the industry. 0% interest and no down payment for up to 36 months when you order by November 30th. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. See showroom for details. Offer ends 11/30/2023.
I am a leg man.
Me too.
Hey, I like legs too.
Big curvy ones.
Sleek, skinny ones.
I love a good set of legs.
Like the leg options on the Envy Dining Room Table Collection at Penny Mustard.
Ooh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
The Envy Collection allows you to customize your dining room table with your choice of wood, stain,
size, shape,
edge, apron.
And don't forget about the legs.
I love legs that start thick at the top and get more slender all the way down.
Give me curvy and scalloped all day.
I prefer long, smooth legs with a slight taper at the end.
Oh yeah, like the legs on the Benoit table.
You know it.
These legs are made in the USA.
Yeah, the tables are too.
Come see the Envy Dining Room Table Collection, including the Benoit table, starting at $18.66, paired with palm chairs for just $5.33 each at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com.
Better versions of what people want.
Penny Mustard Furnishing.
Signing Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 6:37.
Bucks have an opportunity to be a top seed in the in-season tournament. We'll tell you how they get there. Brandon Snyder has sports at 6:45.
Police in Michigan take a suspect in custody after they say he stole a forklift, a giant forklift, from a middle school and led them on a chase for more than an hour through the streets of Ann Arbor.
Okay.
So this happened.
Can I stop you there? Somebody ripped a forklift.
Yes.
But was being, quote-unquote, chased?
Yes, the video is pretty phenomenal, actually.
How fast is that forklift?
Listen to this. You can hear the people laughing in the video they're taking of the forklift being driven and the multiple cars chasing after it while the reporter is talking.
A forklift, followed by multiple police cars, taking a joyride through the city.
I figured something like... You hear the laughing? It's just going about 20 miles per hour, driving over some parked cars, by the way. Like, this was dangerous at times. So it happened after the Ohio State-Michigan game at the Big House.
Okay.
It's okay,
I
right?
figured some like Ohio State guy or some Michigan guy that was drinking a lot. Just were having fun and stole a forklift.
No. Musa Basil there. He watched the chase unfold. No, it wasn't some student from Michigan or from OSU. It was, in fact, a student, a 12-year-old.
I'm just a little surprised that he was managed to operate that and was able to get the keys to that and then start it. I'm just kind of shocked.
Yes.
So it was parked at a middle school. Kid climbed into the hub there, found the keys, fired it up, and off he went. And there's video everywhere of this kid driving around, joyriding, people laughing at they're seeing this thing fly through the area, and all these cop cars chase after it. Now, again, though, not all funny. Like, this got serious.
This could have been incredibly dangerous. It's a large vehicle. It weighs as much as 35,000 pounds. It's got these giant forks on the front of it.
They were able to stop him after he drove over like 10 different parked cars. They got him in the custody. Obviously, he'll face some charges for this, but all's well that ends well after that game.
I think a 12-year-old Eric, a little bit devious, but not a bad kid. But you got into trouble. Like kids get into trouble, right?
Sure, everyone.
You decide you're going to climb up in that thing, and the next thing you know, you've actually started it.
Right. Yeah, and then
you're freaked out. I'm like, how do I turn this off?
Is that
right
thing
away?
even an automatic? I wouldn't even know how to drive.
Instead,
here we go.
Go drive it around on the street. That's another level.
See if I can lift up this Honda here.
Yeah, keep an eye on that kid. 6:39 in Wisconsin's Morning News.
With tens of thousands of satisfied patients across America, it's no surprise QC Kinetics gets 5-star reviews.
I'm feeling on top of the world because of QC Kinetics.
I'm able to do the things that I wasn't able to do for a long time.
I can recommend them highly.
I would recommend QC to anybody.
QC Kinetics has changed my life.
I couldn't believe it. I honestly was skeptical, but the pain went from a 10 to a 0.
Real people with real lasting relief from joint pain.
QC Kinetics Regenerative Medicine is regenerating me.
I'm super successful, and I recommend everyone seek out QC Kinetics as an alternative to surgery.
This non-surgical approach is definitely the future.
I tell as many people as possible. I am an ambassador. I love QC Kinetics.
QC Kinetics, the nation's leader in advanced regenerative medicine. No drugs, no surgery. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Eric Bilstead here for Tri-County Contract. We didn't get a ton of snow the other day, but it did leave a thin layer on the roof. So it does help you kind of see whether or not you got insulation issues there in the attic, or whether or not you might need some type of weather barrier to figure out whether or not you got leaks in your shingles. All things that you can at least jump on the website, TriCountyContractingWI.com, and learn more about. That's what they do there. They try to problem solve for you as you're trying to figure out roof issues. TriCountyContractingWI.com is the website. They've been at it for more than 40 years. Trust Tri-County Contracting with your roof needs. TriCountyContractingWI.com.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
Do you hear that hissing sound? I think it's the sound of some steam being let out of the fall housing market. Some buyers have taken a break. Homes aren't selling on the first weekend anymore. Some are still selling over asking, but fewer and by not as much. Some sellers are even willing to chip in toward buyer closing costs to get their asking price. Now, do you hear that knocking sound? That's opportunity. Opportunity for well-prepared home shoppers. This dip in home buyer demand is not going to last, and mortgage rates are forecast to dip next year. Here's the best part. AccuNet can show you how to use a seller closing cost credit to lower your monthly payment by $100 or maybe even $200 a month for the first year or two while we wait for the refi window of opportunity to open, which we can typically accomplish with no loan costs. It's your choice, fear or opportunity. Click on the blue button today at AccuNet.com and become a confident, opportunistic, rock-solid home shopper. That's ACCUNET.com.
Traffic is sponsored by Hall Mazda Milwaukee. Visit hallmazdamilwaukee.com.
Be our eyes on the roads. Report incidents to the WTMJ HallMazdaMilwaukee.com traffic tip line. 414-238-9329. Visit Hall Mazda during Mazda's season of inspiration.
Checking in with Debbie here at 642.
All right, looking pretty good right now. We do have one broken down vehicle on 894 westbound, right about at 84th Street off on the right shoulder. Just mentioning that as a bit of a distraction more than anything else, because we're really not seeing any delays involved with that or really anything else. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The
WTMJ 5-day forecast. Bundle up outside this morning. Temperatures ranging from the single digits in a few spots inland to the teens near the lake. Wind chills at times dipping below zero. Lots of sunshine this morning eventually. Clouds increase in the afternoon, a high of 27 for tonight. A few flurries possible, low at 24. Wednesday, mostly sunny, back up to 40. Thursday, partly cloudy, 44. Friday, mostly cloudy and 40. And Saturday, chance of some rain and snow and a high of 40 degrees. I'm Chief Meteorologist Brian Isnansky with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Milwaukee's still at just 16 degrees. 6:43 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Big day today for a 15-year-old from Milwaukee, Gianni Quintero.
Yeah, what's Gianni up to?
Marquette University High School sophomore. He's a track star. He's also very good at basketball. He's paralyzed in one leg due to a virus he got when he was just 6 years old.
I got like a really, really bad cold almost. And it kind of like messed with the nervous system in my leg.
So Gianni was in studio with us last week when you were gone, along with his mother, Tila. And she says it was so tough for the family. You know, think about all the changes that go on as you grow and you develop and whatnot. Okay, your child, by the way, can't use his left leg anymore.
We learned together, and it was Gianni's motivation that kept us pushing. You know, you can't cry about it. You can't do anything because my son's not crying about it, so I can't cry about it. And so we just had to keep going, and he was the one who just kept us going. He still does to this day, you know, just that motivation that he has inside of us just pushes all of us.
So now, flash forward 9 years, he's a track star, also plays basketball using a wheelchair, and he's done so well. He did well in the state championships last year, did well in nationals. Now that he was put on the wait list for the World Ability Sports Games in Thailand, and today he leaves for Thailand to compete for Team USA.
In basketball or which?
No, this will be for track.
For track.
For track star. And he said finding out he could go and compete was the most exciting thing.
It just made me super excited. Like, very excited.
I remember
Went to
him
my
walking.
parents' room right away.
Yeah.
I was...
He hopped right out of his room and straight to me. He's like, I'm going to Thailand. Didn't matter if I was on a work call. He's just like, I'm going to Thailand.
That's awesome. So pretty awesome. The ultimate goal is to make the Paralympics, and he starts his trek today. He leaves for Thailand with the family. And by the way, that's quite an investment. Team USA doesn't just call and say, okay, we'll pick up the check. No, a lot of that is still on you. If you want more information, just text the word track to the Old National Bank Talk and text line 855-616-1620. We'll send you all the information, including his GoFundMe. So pretty cool. We'll have to follow him. If he does well in Thailand, Paralympics is next.
And that would be in conjunction with, that usually happens right after the regular Olympic Games. So that'd be what, 20?
Be coming up here in the next couple of years.
My goodness. All right. You know, it's amazing. We've talked about this before, but young people who've been through something, whether it's kids with cancer that we've talked to or whatever, like just seem to have like an inspirational quality about them. Like, listen to how he's handling this.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Like it actually gives you hope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You realize that, okay, you know, the younger generation, they know what they're doing.
And tells you to shake off whatever's bugging you today.
Absolutely.
Right? 646, Brandon Snide's got sports next.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
When you're in pain, you're all ears to any and everybody telling you they can help you. And at Rejuvenex, we're one of them. And there are others. But the difference here is that in most cases, insurance covers the cost of our treatments, because our proprietary and powerful pain relief treatments are FDA approved. Others, like bioregenerative options, aren't covered by insurance, because they're not FDA approved and considered experimental. At Rejuvenex, our treatments are precisely administered to where your pain lives, to cushion and lubricate your affected areas to deliver long-lasting pain relief, sometimes as long as 2 years before our next treatment is needed. This is Richard Salinas, registered nurse with Rejuvenex Arthritis Pain Clinics. We can alleviate your pain, and that'll rejuvenate your life. It's pain relief. Really.
Rejuvenex. Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Go to rejuvenex.com to request your appointment.
Annex Wealth Management. Investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning from a fee-only fiduciary. Forget commission sales pitches and financial products you don't need. Know the difference. Annex provides elite, comprehensive financial planning customized to who you are and what you need. AnnexWealth.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. Here's Brandon Snide.
The 12-5 Milwaukee Bucks are back to work tonight following their Sunday win against Portland. Head coach Adrian Griffin addressing the media following the team's 26-point come-from-behind win on Sunday with a simple message for his team going forward.
There's a lot of expectations on our team, and I think they've been handling well. But, sometimes things happen. It's never going to be perfect, and we got to stick together, and we got to keep fighting.
The Bucks will take on the Heat in Miami to wrap up group play for the league's in-season tournament. With the win, the Bucks will punch their ticket as the group winner. Tip-off tonight is set for 6:30. Tune in right here on WTMJ, beginning at 6 p.m. for full coverage. The Green Bay Packers hit the practice field on Monday night in preparation for the Chiefs on Sunday night. The last time Green Bay and Kansas City met, it was back in 2021, and it wasn't Aaron Rodgers under center. It was number 10, Jordan Love. According to head coach Matt LaFleur, it's one of those game plans he still regrets to this day.
It was one of those deals where we came in, I think on Wednesday morning, we found out that Aaron was going to be out and Jordan was going to be in. And we should have, instead of just riding with what we game planned, we should have, I don't want to say started over, but we should have had a better plan in place for some of the potential issues that were going to come up that absolutely came up in that game. And I didn't like the answers that we had for him personally. I'm sure there's some things he could have done better, but there was a lot of things that I felt like were out of his control.
On the positive side of things for the Pack, they are getting healthy at the right time. Jair Alexander, Devondre Campbell, Eric Stokes all returning to practice on Monday afternoon. 2 college hoops around the state after winning the Fort Myers tip-off last week. The Wisconsin Badgers got back to work on Monday night, dominating Western Illinois from start to finish in this one, winning 71-49.
Mini 6-0 run right now for Wisconsin, fading away. Hepburn makes it an 8-0 run.
With the win, the Badgers improving to 5-2 on their season. And lastly, the Marquette Golden Eagles return home tonight to play host to Southern University. Coverage will get underway over on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, beginning at 7:30.
Hey, coming up, do you understand the in-season tournament, like how it all works?
I think so.
I thought I did, and then maybe I don't. I don't know. So the Bucks play a really important game tonight because if they win tonight, they're 4-0 in the pool play.
Yeah.
And then, we reset. And then the pool play winners from here, there, whatever, they're in. And then some other teams might also be in.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay, well, instead of listening to us go back and forth on it, we'll bring in Lori Nickel from the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. She will explain the in-season tournament to us. Everything you need to know that's coming up next.
Looking for a fun family activity to get in the holiday spirit? Visit or volunteer for Capco's Kids to Kids Toy Drive in Grafton on Saturday, December 9th. It's a totally free event. Capco is dedicated to bringing communities together and has collected nearly 300,000 toys through Kids to Kids, and still counting. Join us and WTMJ for a celebration of giving and bring a new unwrapped toy to help children in need this holiday season. To support, visit kidstoKidstoydrive.com.
And don't forget to bring toys.
Vince Vitrano here for Johnson & Sons Paving. Now is the time to get on the schedule with your commercial paving project for 2024. You're doing your budgets right now, so booking the work in winter helps you with that budget, and it puts the Johnson & Sons design team to work right away. They've got 2 civil engineers on their staff. They're superintendents and foremen. They've got 2 decades of experience or more. There is nothing these guys haven't seen, nothing they can't work with. They can help you think outside the box and deliver the parking lot or drive in the budget that you can afford. And maybe you don't need a full rebuild, which you would like to hear. So you can talk with a project manager now about a maintenance plan that will extend the life of your parking lot or drive and get an honest assessment at really how much longer that parking lot or drive has to last. Plenty of Johnsons over there, no subcontractors. It's johnsonandsonspaving.com.
When a new baby is added to the mix, saving money becomes a real priority. Shopping at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores can help. With an abundance of baby clothing and toys, all thrift store priced at pennies on the dollar. You'll spend a little to get a lot. Find great deals on gently used baby clothes and toys at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield and 23rd and Lincoln in Milwaukee.
Ooh, you're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix-It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guest, Siding Unlimited. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. And at 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact Annex Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at annexwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ.
Great value never tasted so good. Sendik's frozen cod fillets are just $3.99 per pound this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Sendik's, your trusted local grocer.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Traffic sponsored by Sendik's Food Market, your trusted local grocer since 1926. What's happening, Deb?
Well, we got a couple of taps on the brakes right now. Southbound 43 between Hampton Avenue and Locust. It's about a 14-minute ride now from Brown Deer Road to downtown. On eastbound 94, slowing down just a little bit from 76th Street to about Hawley Road. For the most part, though, looking pretty good across the rest of the system. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
WTMJ forecast sponsored by Dave Drake Camp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. One more cold day, then we warm back up into the 40s. High temperature of 27 degrees today with sunshine early and clouds moving in late. Those clouds will provide a blanket overnight with our low down to 24 degrees. And then Wednesday back up to a high of 40 degrees under mostly sunny skies. Thursday's high 44 under partly cloudy conditions. Right now 16 in Milwaukee. 6:54 on this Tuesday morning. Friend of the program, Lori Nickel, live with us on the Tri-County Contracting Hotline this morning. Good Thanksgiving over there in the Lori Nickel house?
It was good. How about you? No cooking involved, no burning of the food, so
Nice.
it was good.
Yes, Eric told me about your your chat last week about your cooking prowess or lack thereof. No, we traveled, and like you, we're just recently back from New York City. Man, that's a crazy town, but I'll give you a takeaway from there, and I don't know if you saw this, if you did subway travel at all, but the NBA is promoting their in-season tournament all over the subway system, and there are posters, giant posters of our guy, Giannis Antetokounmpo, all over the New York subway, and I just had a moment of pride there of like, man, we've got a global superstar in Giannis, and sometimes don't appreciate it.
Yeah, that's not unusual, though. I experienced that on a global scale last year when I was in Split, Croatia, and would try to make small talk with the cab drivers and things like that. I would say, I'm from Milwaukee, and I cover the Bucks, and they're like, Giannis Antetokounmpo, so in Croatia, they knew him. Yes. And I thought that was so cool. And the year before that, when I was in China for the Olympics, it didn't even have to be in Beijing. I was up in the mountains where the snowboarders were, and the kids, I brought Bucks stuff with me as gifts to say, hi, I'm from America and all that. And I remember the first kid I gave it to, a college kid over there, he's like, Giannis Antetokounmpo. I had a T-shirt of him, and he's like, this is a precious gift. And I'm like, and in China, they usually worship the Lakers or the Bulls. So Giannis has been in the top 3, I think, in popularity globally for jersey sales and for social media recognition for a couple of years now, definitely even before the Bucks won the NBA championship. So it doesn't surprise me that he's the poster boy in New York City.
So the in-season tournament is underway. If the Bucks win tonight, they'll move into knockout play. They'll clinch their spot. They'll likely make it either way, but we'll see. So has this worked, this in-season tournament, do you think?
We don't know yet, but there's a couple. I look at it in a couple of ways. There's the veterans and how they think the NBA in-season tournament looks, and the young newcomers. Like Damian Lillard from the Bucks is like, this would be great if you can do well, because there's a $500,000 winning payout per player.
Hello.
And a $200,000 payout for the runner-up. So Damian's like, hey, some of our younger guys, that's a lot of money. But I thought Giannis Antetokounmpo said it best on Sunday after the Portland win. Giannis was like, it's a game. It's just another game. They're trying to make the environment heavy, is what the word that he used. And what he means by that is increasing expectations, increasing fan interest, and things like that. So, the veterans are kind of treating this as like, yeah, whatever, in-season tournament, fine. But somebody new like Coach Adrian Griffin, who's, making his mark as a first-year head coach, said, if there's a trophy, we're going after it. So I'm curious to see how the different strategies are like priorities between the veterans and the newcomers in the NBA, how they feel about this. This is very popular in Europe in basketball. Marquette's Travis Diener, when he was playing in Italy, they had a tournament like this, a mid-season tournament, and it grew into a big deal. It was almost as big as the regular championship. I don't know if that's going to happen in the NBA, so we're in a wait-and-see mode.
Okay, so are we going to win? Then I'm super interested. We get to that championship game, then I'm all in.
Yeah, the playoffs will be in Las Vegas. The Bucks are working through so many problems right now, even with a great record, a 12-5 record. Let's just see what happens in Miami first tonight. Make sure everybody gets out healthy. That's what I care about as somebody who likes watching the NBA. I don't want to see any crazy injuries in November when June is a long ways away.
No, that's true. Eye on the prize. Lori, great to catch up with you. Thanks so much.
Good seeing you guys.
Business headlines are up next. They're sponsored by Old National Bank. Get old. Here's the Milwaukee Business Journal's Rich Kirchen.
Milwaukee Bucks, green and growing.
Superstar Damian Lillard boosts the Bucks this season, not only on the court but on the bottom line. Peter Fagan, the Bucks president, says Lillard boosts sales of jerseys and other merchandise as well as season tickets, more so than the 2021 NBA championship. Bradley Corporation of Menominee Falls has a new owner who's dedicated to investing in and growing the business. Watts Water Technologies focuses on completing the transfer of 40 jobs and production to area plants. 100 jobs at Fathom Digital Manufacturing in Heartland are not affected by a possible takeover. The company's largest shareholder proposes going private after 2 years on the New York Stock Exchange. I'm Rich Kirchen with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on News Radio WTMJ.
Old National Bank.
I just got your home equity loan, and this feeling of joy and exhilaration overcame me.
Yeah, it's a phenomenon we call getting old.
Wow, so I'm not the only one?
No, small business owners feel it with expansion loans. Families feel it when they're setting up trusts and 529s. Nonprofits who need financing to help the community. And anyone who needs investment advice. They all feel it.
So it's not just me?
No, you're in a pretty big club.
Like a club I can join?
I really don't.
Is there at least a secret handshake?
Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Old National. Get old. Member FDIC.
What you doing?
I'm completely sealing up all the doors to get the house ready for winter.
How will we get in and out?
We'll just have to hunker down till spring.
Sometimes getting your home ready for winter is best left to professionals. The same is definitely true for your vehicles. And now's the time to visit any of the 115 Adam member new car dealers to get your oil changed. Have your brakes and wipers checked and make sure your tires will get you through a long Wisconsin winter. Visit ADAMM.com to find the nearest Adam member dealer.
Eric Bilstead here with Wisconsin's Morning News for Tri-County Contracting. Have you ever heard the saying, if you wait until you're thirsty to drink water, then you're already dehydrated? Well, you could argue the same rule applies to your roof. If you think you may be ready for a new roof, you don't wait until next year to get on the schedule. You do it now. You can trust Tri-County Contracting for that. Tri-County Contracting, family-owned company for more than 45 years, 262-679-6100 or TriCountyContractingWI.com.
St. Nick's Eve is Tuesday, December 5th, and Winky's Hallmark and Gifts has everything the jolly old guy needs to stuff the stockings. Candies and chocolates, children's books, ornaments, plush toys, winter hats, and so much more. Bring the fun back to holiday shopping at Winky's, where you'll find something for everyone on your list. Visit us on the corner of Silver Spring and Lake Drive in Whitefish Bay, or shop online at winkysgifts.com.
Gotta get to Winky's now.
Find furniture for life from Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee.
It's going to be a real scorcher tonight. Miami's going to have to air out the arena.
Portis thought about the three, instead passes to Lillard. He'll scissor his way down the lane, lays it in off the glass.
Oh, Lord, I think I'm coming down with a case of the vapors.
It's the Bucks and the Heat, with our coverage starting tonight at 6 on your home of the Bucks. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
Just after 7 o'clock, I'm Vince Vitrano. This is Wisconsin's Morning News. It's Tuesday, November 28th. Our top story, a pedestrian killed on Milwaukee's north side.
I'm Eric Bilstead, teasing a big announcement from a former Wisconsin AG.
I'm Brandon Snide. The Bucks look to punch their ticket tonight in South Beach.
I'm Debbie Laziga, seeing some delays along southbound 43 now from about Silver Spring all the way down past Capitol Drive to Locust. Northbound side is going to be slow from North Avenue up to Locust as well. On eastbound 94, seeing delays just before 84th Street, and they stretch all the way to about 68th. The rest of the system looking nice and quiet. I'm Debbie Laziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Sunshine early today, then increasing clouds through the day. Breezy and cold with a high of just 27 degrees. Mostly cloudy and breezy tonight. Chance of flurries as well with a low down to 24. Right now, Milwaukee at 16. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, pedestrian dead following collision on Milwaukee's north side overnight. 31-year-old person killed walking near Velar Phillips and Center about 8:30 Monday. Police said the person was struck by an oncoming driver. Medical examiner's office pronounced the pedestrian dead on scene. Now, the driver of that vehicle did stay there at the scene. Police said that person is cooperating with the investigation.
Microsoft's plan to expand a data center site in Racine County getting the okay from the Mount Pleasant Village Board. The board took up that massive proposal Monday night. So Microsoft's plan would be to make a major investment in that area, including spending billions to expand its data center footprint and acquire 600 acres from Mount Pleasant. The Racine County Board will consider the project tonight.
Decision, Wisconsin. Former Republican Attorney General Brad Schimmel could be making a big announcement this week. WTMJ's Adam Roberts live in the Breaking News Center.
That's right, Vince. The Waukesha County Circuit Judge, a special announcement scheduled for Thursday evening at Weldall Manufacturing in Waukesha, and a source confirming to the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel that the announcement is expected to be a run for the Wisconsin Supreme Court. Schimmel would run against liberal Justice Ann Walsh Bradley, who is expected to seek a fourth 10-year term in 2025. The court currently holds a 4-3 liberal majority after Justice Janet Protasiewicz defeated Dan Kelly in the most expensive judicial contest in U.S. history. Live in the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Adam Roberts.
Another day and another release of Israeli hostages by Hamas.
For Shira Havron, 6 of her 7 relatives that were taken hostage are now back home in Israel.
The moment we saw them on the news, it was so emotional and so unbelievable that it's finally happening. They're like people that came from the dead.
But it's not over. Shira's still waiting for one more release, the release of her cousin's husband. Tom Rivers, ABC News at the Foreign Desk.
The ceasefire there between Israel and Hamas has been extended by 2 days.
Coming up, Robert De Niro goes off script. Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:05. R&R Insurance does an exceptional job of providing employee benefits to all of us here at Good Karma Brands. Companies are starting to plan for fall enrollment for their workforce. Here's Jeff Salasinski, VP of Insurance Operations at R&R Insurance.
Thanks, Vince. A benefit understood is a benefit appreciated. Knowing how to best communicate your benefits will help your employees understand their options, guide their decision-making, and increase their sense of value and engagement. In this tight labor market, businesses need to know how to use their benefit program to attract and retain employees.
So, Jeff, what's the solution?
At R&R Insurance, we help employers brand their benefit packages in a customized, easy-to-understand fashion, taking out the complex and confusing nature of shopping for health insurance. With our latest mobile technology, your employees will have easy, immediate access to benefit information for themselves and their families 24/7. At R&R Insurance, we know employee benefits.
That's Jeff from R&R Insurance. Thanks for the great info, Jeff.
Get your rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval to buy at accunet.com.
Staples stores provide innovative products and services for small business, remote workers and learners, even teachers and parents. Explore more at your local Staples store.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:06.
Young guys are stepping up in Green Bay. Brandon Snide has that in sports as we approach the Taylor Swift game Sunday night.
Simone Biles game.
It's the Taylor Swift game.
It's the Simone Biles game.
It's
Come
not.
on. In 2016, civil unrest following a deadly police shooting led to the burning of the former BMO Harris Bank at Sherman and Fond du Lac on Milwaukee's north side. Now in its place sits the Sherman Phoenix Marketplace, which is celebrating its 5th anniversary this Giving Tuesday.
Out of the ashes, the Phoenix rises.
Executive Director Dr. Stacia Thompson tells WTMJ over 89% of their businesses are still up and running.
They truly set up a system and a model, which is now a national model, in which the entrepreneurs in the building are offered support to make sure their business just doesn't survive, but it's thriving.
From 4 to 8 p.m. today, they'll host a free event with live music, food, and prizes for the celebration.
It really is going to be a celebration, a testament to the cause where we were able to turn tragedy into triumph and just show that this model can work.
Jack Grau, WTMJ News.
Actor Robert De Niro not too pleased at the Gotham Awards. The Hollywood A-lister took a pause while presenting an award to the movie Killers of the Flower Moon to say his prepared remarks had been edited without his knowledge nor consent to remove references to former President Donald Trump.
I'm going to say these things, but to Apple and thank them and all that,
Gotham, blah, 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 Apple, but who I don't feel like thanking them at all for what they did.
De Niro accused Trump of lying more than 30,000 times to the American people during his time in office. De Niro portrays William Hale in the epic Western crime drama directed by Martin Scorsese. So what, he had a bunch of other stuff he wanted to say, and they're like, dude, that's not...
Yeah, let's just stay on target.
Right. Which I think probably, if you're the awards show, probably better, because so many people have reported tiring of award shows.
Sure.
Like, I'm not interested. Just be Hollywood
Tell
guy.
me about the movie.
Not saying you can't have your opinion and whatever, but like that's not why people are tuning in. But I guess you gonna tell Bobby? I'm not.
And it made the news, I guess.
7:08 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
This report is sponsored by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more. SidingUnlimited.com.
Happy holidays from Siding Unlimited. From all our talented American craftsmen, our office peeps, and our families, too. Siding Unlimited, Wisconsin's best contractor for defending your house, has nothing to sell you to put under that Christmas tree. Siding Unlimited sells big stuff. They insist on installing it for you, too. Doors and windows, roofing solutions, quality siding, and decks. Long, brutal months follow the holidays. You could talk now with Siding Unlimited about doing battle with Wisconsin's famous winter weather, and then they could get to work for you early next year. I guess you could put a picture of new doors and windows under that tree. Start at SidingUnlimited.com or drop into the unique outside-in Siding Unlimited showroom, 665 Larry Court in Brookfield, so we can personally discuss your happy holidays.
Give the gift of a special night out from the Bartolotta Restaurants. Purchase a gift card at Bartolottas.com. Happy holidays from all of us at the Bartolotta Restaurants, and thank you, Milwaukee.
Checking in with Debbie here. Traffic sponsored by the Bartolotta Restaurants. Find the perfect holiday gift cards at Bartolottas.com. Deb?
Yep, slowing down a little bit more on 43 southbound from just before Silver Spring, pretty much all the way down past Burleigh. We've got about a 14-minute ride there from Brown Deer Road into downtown. Eastbound 94 slowing a bit from about 92nd Street to 68th. The rest of the system is looking pretty quiet. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Cold outside this morning, at least the sun is shining. It's the coldest morning since March. Now by this afternoon, a high temperature of 27 degrees with increasing clouds. For tonight, mostly cloudy and breezy. Chance of a few flurries, a low of 24. Now Wednesday, mostly sunny, back up to 40. Thursday, partly cloudy, 44. Friday, mostly cloudy and 40. And Saturday, chance of some rain and snow and a high temperature of 40 degrees. I'm Chief Meteorologist Brian Nisnansky with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Talk live with Nisnansky at 7:20 this morning. Right now, 16 in Milwaukee.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here's your host, Vince Vitrano.
This from the newly minted department here in Wisconsin's Morning News, the B&B, the Bizarro News Bureau. You like that?
Could feel that every day.
Every day. So this is actually a really sad story. It's sad for the animals who died. It's sad for the woman at the center of it. A village trustee in Hales Corners resigned her position recently, citing, quote, circumstances that have arisen. The circumstances, 87 cats living in her house.
You can tell it's bad when all of the windows are open and it is below freezing. As workers rip everything up inside of this home, a Milwaukee Area Domestic Animal Control Commission spokesperson tells me this is one of the top 5 worst hoarding cases they have ever seen.
This didn't happen overnight. Somebody had to have known it was happening.
That's TMJ4 reporter Julia Fellow reporting outside the home that is owned by Linda Bergen. More on her in a moment. But if that's top 5 for Matic, Milwaukee Area Domestic Animal Control.
It's pretty bad.
That's bad because from time to time, we see this.
Mm-hmm.
Either it's like lizard guy who's got a bunch
animals.
of poisonous stuff like in the house, alligator, whatever, or situations like this where it's typically domestic animals, but there are just lots of them, and it's tragic. So, according to reports, Linda Bergen resigned her role as trustee November 13th in a letter sent to the village board. The cats did not survive. Some were found dead. Some died literally on their way to animal control, and others they had to put down because they were all sick with a highly contagious virus.
Very fast acting. A lot of the cats also had really bad upper respiratory infections.
So that's Kate Hartland with Maddox. She also acknowledged, in many cases, situations like this start with someone trying to do a good thing. You adopt a bunch of cats, give them a home, take in strays, and then for some reason it snowballs. And then it turns into something like this. TMJ4 reports that Bergen received multiple citations for animal neglect, not properly providing shelter to animals, not properly maintaining the home. Dogs and hedgehogs also found inside the home.
They're saying that police were tipped off because neighbors could smell the house. I mean, imagine how bad it must have been if you could smell it from outside. Just being near the house, you knew that there was a problem there.
And so on that point, Journal Sentinel reporting the home is so badly damaged, they're taking it down to the studs. Yeah. So there's nothing we can do. Like structurally, it seems fine, but everything has to go in this house. Sad story all around. 7:14 on Wisconsin's Morning News. We'll do sports with Brandon next.
This report is sponsored by Wisconsin Kitchen Mart. Higher design, higher style, higher Wisconsin Kitchen Mart.
In the past 70 years, there's something that has never changed. The kitchen. Oh, it may look a little different as the decades have passed, but it's always been where family gathers for meals, memories, and more. Wisconsin Kitchen Mart has always understood that and remains dedicated to making that important space special.
With an expansive 18,000 square foot showroom filled with full-size displays featuring Play-Doh custom cabinetry, award-winning designers, plus their own in-house installation department, let Wisconsin Kitchen Mart transform your kitchen into a true gathering place.
I'm Robert Iskey, Vice President and Designer from Wisconsin Kitchen Mart. We've been remodeling kitchens and baths since 1951 and can help establish a vision for your remodel. We bring the carpenters, plumbers, electricians, and everyone else needed to make your dream kitchen a reality.
Higher design, higher style, higher Wisconsin Kitchen Mart on the corner of West Wisconsin Avenue and 36th Street in Milwaukee. Online at wisconsinkitchenmart.com.
Vince Vitrano here for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. You can't control what's happening with inflation and skyrocketing prices, but there's something you can do at your home. You can dramatically lower your energy costs year-round by replacing those drafty old windows and doors. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin can have them installed in as little as 6 weeks, so that's plenty of savings here in the winter heating season. Right now, you can save even more by taking advantage of this. No interest, no down payments for up to 36 months when you order by November 30th. If you take a look at the calendar, that's not far from today. But you can bring the love of Wisconsin outdoors in through the beauty and quality craftsmanship of Pella Windows and Doors. That's what I did in my family room. Love my beautiful new patio door and the windows that go on either side. And maybe you want to update or upgrade the look and comfort of your home. Pella has extensive lines of customizable options that will meet your needs and budget. And on that last point, how does this work for your budget? 0% interest, no down payment, up to 36 months. Got to get your order in by November 30th. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Our patient's most common regret statement? I just wish I would have done this sooner.
Find out more at AdventKnows.com because breathing well will help you live better.
AdventKnows.com. Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. Here's Brandon Snide.
The 5-6 Green Bay Packers stepped out on the practice field for the first time since their Week 12 win in Detroit. Jordan Love and the offense, a sight to see for the Pack. And according to Mike Tannenbaum of ESPN, it's just the beginning in Green Bay.
But when you look at the surrounding skill players, guys, from Romeo Doubs, Christian Watson, Musgrave, Reed, those guys are all young, and I think they're growing up together. I don't think anybody's going to see this Packer team, especially when you consider yesterday they were missing Jair Alexander and Devondre Campbell on defense. So I think this team is coming, and I think Jordan Love's coming as well.
Tannenbaum there on ESPN Radio. Head coach Matt LaFleur also not disagreeing with the former GM.
Yeah, I think we're definitely operating at a much higher level. You know, Jordan's doing a really nice job. I think the guys around him are helping that situation as well. Certainly the guys up front are doing a really good job in pass protection. You know, when you have Christian Watson out there going up for balls and making plays on the ball, and, you know, guys like Malik Heath making some contested catches, it certainly is going to help your quarterback function at a higher level.
The Packers did get some encouraging news at practice on Monday. Jair Alexander, Devondre Campbell, Dontavian Wicks, Rudy Ford, and Eric Stokes all returning to the practice field. Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon, on the other hand, were with the rehab group for the Pack, and Josiah DeGuara was the lone player who did not participate. To college hoops, after winning the Fort Myers tip-off last week, the Wisconsin Badgers got back to work on Monday night, dominating Western Illinois from start to finish in this one, winning 71-49.
Boom, he's got his double figures. Nice spin move in the jam.
The call there on FS1 as the Badgers with the win, improving to 5-2 on their season. And lastly, back over to the NFL, where the Chicago Bears sunk the Minnesota Vikings on Monday Night Football, kicking a last-second 30-yard field goal to win it by a final score of 12-10. The win improves the Bears to 4-8 on their season, and the loss drops Minnesota to 6-6 on theirs, leaving Green Bay just a half game out of the final NFC playoff spot.
Talk Live with Storm Team 4 Chief Meteorologist Brian Niznansky. You know what? Niz has got one of those cameo appearances coming up with A Christmas Carol.
Ooh, that's right.
That's this weekend, so we'll have to walk him through that.
Let him know how it goes.
Niz is next on Wisconsin's Morning News.
This is WTMJ's Sandy Max with a brand new show called What's on Tap. Weeknights at 6, you're invited to join me to take a deeper dive into culture and creativity here in Wisconsin and around the world. Tap into all kinds of entertainment and recreation with me, from music, theater, film, food, and uniquely Wisconsin traditions and landmarks. So pique your curiosity and join me for What's on Tap. And be sure to catch the podcast on your favorite podcast platform.
Wealth-changing question. Has your advisor created a portfolio based only on your age and risk tolerance? That's simply not good enough. Your money deserves better, and so do you. At Creative Planning, our private wealth managers learn about you first, and then they create a customized plan and portfolio by partnering with our in-house money managers, accountants, and attorneys. Don't settle for a standard portfolio. Book your free meeting today at creativeplanning.com. Creative Planning, a richer way to wealth.
Small business owners can make a little of anything go a long way.
It's true. My bakery is made up of a little sugar, spice, and edible glitter.
Well, that's why U.S. Cellular is offering small businesses lines for as little as $19.99, plus $300 off any phone.
That's great. A little does go a long way. Unless we're talking sprinkles, everyone always needs more sprinkles.
Oh, of course. Get lines for $19.99 plus $300 off any phone today. U.S. Cellular, built for business, built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
Hey, Fleet Rewards members, save 10% this Sunday through Thursday at Fleet Farm. No rebates, no waiting, no mail-in forms or receipts. The added 10% savings are for all members in-store and online. Not a member? Sign up in minutes to get your additional savings now. Forget the stamps or waiting for rebates. Save 10% during Fleet Rewards Appreciation Days. And thanks for shopping Fleet Farm. Some restrictions apply.
Checking in with Debbie Lazica here at 7:21.
All right, we're up to 18 minutes on southbound 43, slowing down from just north of Bender Road, pretty much all the way down to Locust. We've also got some delays along 94 eastbound out of the Zoo interchange all the way to about Hawley Road. Back on the brakes just as you're heading out of the Stadium interchange to 27th Street. Overall, everything else is looking really good. I'm Debbie Lazica with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Storm Team forecast, one more chilly day here, high of 27 degrees, and a low temperature down to 24 tonight. And then we warm up, temperatures in the 40s through the remainder of the week. 16 in Milwaukee. Storm Team 4, Chief Meteorologist Brian Niznansky is on the line with us this morning. What's up, Niz?
Yo, what's going on, guys? Cold enough out there for you.
Yeah, so did I see they're making snow at a couple of the hills?
They are, yeah. I saw Little Switzerland, the Rock Sports Complex. I know they want to get open this weekend as well. I'm sure most of the area ski resorts, if they have the capability, are making snow because it's certainly cold enough. You need to get into the 20s, and we're dipping into the teens and even single digits this morning.
And then it stays cold enough overnight to hang on to it, because I see temps in the 40s here. That's not great for hanging on to the snow, but if it's cold enough at night, right?
Yeah, totally. I mean, there will be some melting these next few days, but yeah, at nighttime it hardens up a little bit. I'm not going to speak for them, but I know that sometimes they get a little bit of melt and they kind of get that initial base like a hard glacier almost. So it'll serve them well, for sure.
Hey, you got New Guy there. When does New Guy start?
Yeah, totally pumped. Tyler Moore.
Well, yeah, you are.
Tyler's.
We know why you're pumped. For an assortment of reasons.
Because I'm here talking with you right now.
Working triple duty.
Yeah, that's first and foremost, of course. Yes, that'll feel good. But no, we're pumped to have Tyler. He's a good get for us. Local guy. He's from Brookfield. Grew up in Brookfield. He made his rounds. He went from up in Rhinelander, and then Northwoods. Rhinelander News, Northwoods 12 up there. Then he made his way to Arkansas and then Tampa. So we can feel good about that, Milwaukee. We stole him from Tampa. If you're leaving Tampa, you know he wants to come home, and he's got a great opportunity here, and he's considering this a life-changing move for him, hopefully a permanent move for him.
No, man, the Northwoods Trail. You came through Wausau, right?
Yep. Totally. Yeah. I mean, went through Wausau, went to Green Bay, came to here. He had a little similar route, but he found sunny Florida, and he comes with a lot of experience. He's done some storm chasing. He's covered major hurricanes. He had the big one last year down in Tampa. Extremely knowledgeable, much better soccer player than I am. So Tyler Moore, he is D1 guy, D1 soccer player.
No kidding.
UNC Asheville. His missus, too, his fiance, D1 soccer player as well. So maybe that had some sort of dealings with my daughters in soccer that I kind of want them to have them around. I don't know. Maybe that was part of the decision making.
little free one.
No, he's going to be great. Yeah, absolutely. He's going to be great. I think you're going to like him. Extremely friendly, likable guy, and he's from the area, so we don't have to worry about someone who doesn't know the names of our towns. He's going to knock it out of the park right away.
Hey, when's your big night on stage?
That's this Saturday. A Christmas Carol. At 7:30 p.m., I believe the start. But
I hope you
Vinny, you've done this. Yeah, you've done this before. I mean, what to expect? I really don't know quite yet. What do you think, Vinny?
So, a Christmas Carol, Milwaukee Rep has started doing this years ago, where they would invite about half a dozen or so people through the course of the run, and they're 40 plus years doing a Christmas Carol here in Milwaukee. But they give you someone notable a walk-on role, and so
Do you have a line?
No. Well, I think the only one is in the history of the walk-ons who had a line was Milan. I think they gave John Milan a line because I think he walked out towards the end and said something like nice weather or something like that.
Yeah. I have a feeling John only committed to make sure he was featured with a line.
He negotiated.
I know John. Negotiated those terms. Just a tad, or who knows,
For the rest of us, for you, and I did it years ago, and the special thing for me was my oldest daughter was in A Christmas Carol, was in the cast, was one of the Cratchit children that year. So that was really special to be able to be on stage with her and know that we were there together. But regardless, they make it super easy. Basically, Niz, all you got to do is not fall down. Someone literally will come and grab you and say, this is where we're going here, this is where we're going there, stand here. And I think at the end you can sing the song at the close if you like.
Thank goodness, because I think everybody assumes us in the TV world, we're like good at all theatrical stuff too. So like that's not going to be the case. But yeah, no, I'm pumped up for it. Family's coming down. We're going to spend the night downtown, and I got my parents, Julie's parents. It'll be fun.
They'll be throwing flowers at you. It'll be great.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm sure they're going to be asking me back for a featured role. I'm pretty sure of it, actually.
Maybe you'll get your line after all.
Absolutely. So anyhow, guys, good chat with you. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving.
All right, super special. Thanks, Niz. So that'll be Saturday night if you want to see Niz Nansky. Christmas Carol actually opens this week. I think maybe they've...
Might be tonight.
Kind of a soft launch tonight.
Yeah.
And then I'm going Friday. Not that I'm just going as a person.
Everybody.
By the way, if you want to get a look at me, I'll be there Friday.
I'll be in the house with everyone else just sitting there.
It's super special. And Thursday in studio, we're going to have the guy who plays Bob Cratchit and who has for years Reese Madigan. He was Cratchit for both my girls, who were members of the Cratchit family. So he'll be in studio with us to tell us about the extraordinary tradition that is A Christmas Carol from Milwaukee Rep. News about your money this morning. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Dow Jones Industrial Average was down about 57 points in trading on Monday to 35,333. The NASDAQ at 14,241. That was off about 10 points, and the S&P 500 down 9 to 4550. The Annex Wealth Management Year-End Tax Planning Guide is here. Download yours at annexwealth.com.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi.
Our production department really kicked it into gear this season, and we finished before we thought we would. And we'd like to keep our people working until the snow flies, so we're going to offer a discount. Now, a lot of discounts you hear about, they're just off an already inflated rate that ends up right in the same slot as everybody else. In this case, because we're past our break-even point, we can offer a real discount. And here it is. We can afford to take 10% off your roofing project if you call and sign up before the end of the year. If we can't get to it because the weather turns south on us, we'll still hold your price for next year. And this isn't some fugazi discount. It's 10% off what our pricing would normally be. It's for roofs only, and it expires at the end of the year. So take advantage of a nice discount on top quality workmanship from good people who care. We're Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi.
Hi, John McGivern here. Did you know Network Health has Medicare Advantage plans that give you $25 a month back towards your Medicare Part B premium? That's $300 a year back in your pocket. Isn't that great? Call 833-7-NETWORK to learn more today. Network Health Medicare Advantage plans include PPO plans with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Network Health Medicare Advantage plans depends on contract renewal. Certain restrictions apply to the Part B giveback. Visit networkhealth.com/Medicare/extra benefits for details.
1 in 36 children in Wisconsin are diagnosed with autism. Penfield Children's Center's new evidence-based autism program is providing a new approach to families in our community. As the only Midwestern provider of this new autism therapy, the need is greater than ever to expand Penfield's programming. Support Penfield's Giving Tuesday campaign to provide autism services to a child in your community. Visit PenfieldChildren.org to make a donation. Again, that's PenfieldChildren.org.
Since 1964, we've changed your tires and so much more. Richland's Tire and Service, such a refreshing change. Richland's.
It's 7:30. I'm Adam Roberts, and this is Wisconsin's Morning News. It's Tuesday, November 28th. Your top story, a developing story, a large police presence in New Berlin.
I'm Debbie Laziga. We do have a crash 94 eastbound at the ramp from Mitchell Boulevard off on the right shoulder, slowing down basically through the Zoo interchange all the way to that point. Southbound on 43 slowing from just south of Good Hope Road all the way down to Burleigh. Debbie Laziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver traffic.
Cold morning in store for us. High of 27 today. Right now just 13 in Milwaukee.
The temporary truce between Israel and Hamas extended until tomorrow, raising the prospect of more hostage releases. ABC's Matt Gutman in Tel Aviv has been talking to the families of some of those recently let go about their time in captivity.
They fear it not only for their life, they fear for the captors' life, because if their captors, while they were going away to get some errands,
they were killed, they would leave them there.
They were killed and they're locked up in this prison cell. What will happen to them?
There are discussions underway right now on extending that ceasefire even past tomorrow. State and federal officials are still weighing whether hate crimes charges are warranted in the shooting and wounding of 3 Palestinian-American college students in Burlington, Vermont. A vote could come as early today in Congress on whether to expel Republican Congressman George Santos of New York. And memorial services are planned today for the Carter Center for former First Lady Rosalind Carter. The family says the former president plans to attend. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
Citing Unlimited WTMJ news time is 7:31. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, a developing story this morning in New Berlin. A large police presence right now congregated near 124th and Oklahoma. Multiple squad cars on the scene. Looks like police tape has gone up in a parking lot near the intersection. WTMJ has reached out to New Berlin Police as well as the Waukesha County Sheriff's Department for more information. We'll pass it along as it becomes available here on WTMJ. In other news this morning, a pedestrian dead following a collision on Milwaukee's north side overnight. A 31-year-old was walking near Velar Phillips and Center around 8:30 p.m. Monday. That's when police say the person was struck by an oncoming driver. The medical examiner pronounced the pedestrian dead on the scene, the driver of the vehicle staying on scene. Police say they are cooperating with the investigation. Decision Wisconsin, former Republican Attorney General Brad Schimmel could be making a big announcement this week. The Waukesha County Circuit Judge has a special announcement scheduled for Thursday evening at Weldall Manufacturing in Waukesha. And a source confirmed with the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, the announcement is expected to be Schimmel's run for the Wisconsin Supreme Court. Schimmel would run against liberal Justice Ann Walsh Bradley, who is expected to seek a fourth 10-year term in office in 2025. A village trustee in Hales Corners stepping down after 87 sick cats were found in their home.
Linda Bergen resigned from her role on the Hales Corners Village Board 2 days before being cited for animal neglect and failure to provide proper shelter for animals. Our partners at TMJ4 News report a neighbor complained about the smell of urine coming from Bergen's home. Every cat in the house died from a contagious respiratory disease. On Monday, a team wearing hazmat suits were tearing out the inside of the house. Dogs and hedgehogs were also found, but their condition isn't known. Jack Grau, WTMJ News.
And this month is National Alzheimer's Month, shining a light on those who suffer from the disease and those who care for them.
Azura Memory Care President Jill Kreider tells Wisconsin's Afternoon News what you can watch out for as early signs of dementia in loved ones.
Going to a place that's very familiar to them that they often went to and now they're getting lost. Taking longer to complete daily normal tasks is often an early sign.
While early detection and treatment is key, there is no cure, and Alzheimer's impacts those who care for patients as well.
70% of caregivers over the age of 70 actually end up passing away before their loved one just because of the toll it can take on them.
Wyatt Barmore-Pooley, WTMJ News.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Adam Roberts. Citing Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 7:34.
Traffic is sponsored by the shower remodel experts at Kohler Services, WI.com.
Upgrade to a beautiful Kohler Luxstone shower in as little as a day or two with the shower remodel experts at Kohler Services. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com today.
Coming up, saying goodbye to the former First Lady.
News is sponsored by Griffin Ford, Griffin Chevy on Metro Auto Mall, and Griffin's Hub Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram.
Are you ready to hit the road this Thanksgiving season? Before you embark on your holiday journey, make sure your car is in tip-top shape with our special Thanksgiving offer. At Griffin, we've got your back. We're offering you an ultimate Thanksgiving treat, a full-service package for just $179.95. Here's what you get. We'll change your oil, inspect and rotate your tires, replace the air filter and wiper blades, give your car a complete multi-point inspection, check the battery, and make sure your heat is toasty warm for those chilly Thanksgiving travels. Don't risk car trouble on your way to Grandma's house or your long-awaited holiday getaway. Let Griffin ensure your car is in perfect condition so you can focus on what really matters this Thanksgiving, spending time with your loved ones. Don't miss out on the amazing offer. Visit one of Griffin's 5 service departments for details and restrictions. Griffin, your trusted partner on the road. Happy Thanksgiving from our family to yours.
Why wait for Black Friday when you can save every day? Hasseless Mattress introduces Black Friday Plus. We've gone rogue and activated Black Friday deals through December 4th on Sealy Posturepedic, Beautyrest, CertaPerfect Sleeper, and more. You get the everyday, way low Hasseless price, plus additional savings, plus free next day delivery, plus free memory foam pillows on select mattresses. Get a Queen CertaPerfect Sleeper Oakmont A mattress. Other stores sell it for $14.99, but our Black Friday Plus price is just $8.88, plus 2 free Remy memory foam pillows. Other stores sell the King Sealy Posturepedic Golden Acres A for $17.99, but you can get it now for just $10.95, plus the free memory foam pillows. Big savings on Beautyrest too, and employee-free, hassle-free showrooms. Not just on Black Friday, but every day. Black Friday Plus, today at Hasseless Mattress. Open 9 to 9. Find an employee-free showroom near you at Hasseless.com.
Starting Unlimited WTMJ News Time 7:37. Coming up, why tonight's Bucks game matters all the more and where that could put them in the in-season tournament. That's in Brandon Snide Sports at 7:45.
First Lady Rosalind Carter lies in repose at the Carter Center in Atlanta until her funeral later today. Pretty neat moment yesterday when her Secret Service staff brought her.
Her Secret Service agents, past and present, escorted Mrs. Carter's hearse from Central Georgia to Atlanta. Her family helped lay wreaths at her Georgia alma mater. She'll be buried Wednesday in Plains after a private funeral.
Yeah, so Carter died late last week, at 96 years old. Her husband, Jimmy Carter, expected to attend the ceremony today, as will others from the White House.
President Biden and the First Lady, along with former President Clinton and all living former First Ladies, are expected to attend today's service in Atlanta. It follows yesterday's procession. Miss Carter carried away in a casket, well-wishers lining the streets of Americus, Georgia.
Ready? Stop.
The procession moving 3 hours north to the Carter Center for a ceremony paying tribute to Miss Carter's humanitarian legacy.
So as of now, former Presidents Donald Trump, Barack Obama, and George W. Bush were invited, but they will not attend. But all the former First Ladies, every one of them, including Melania, will be on hand. I thought it was pretty interesting, Vince. There's some remembrances and talking about the lady she was, and I love it. Like when the grandkids start talking.
They got stories? Okay.
Yeah, they share some of the other stuff. Here's what
she's
Andrew
really
did.
like.
Yeah.
She'll also be remembered for the small things, how she and her husband lived simple lives in a small home with old kitchen appliances they refused to replace. Her grandkids say she still washed her plastic food bags, using them until they broke.
Isn't that great?
Absolutely. How many of our grandparents did that?
Washington Post reporter Mary Jordan talked to ABC, and she had this great story about how, they live such a simple life.
I once calculated that the Secret Service vehicle outside the house was worth more than the little house that they lived in.
Isn't that great? So today is day 2 of this 3-day goodbye again. She will be buried tomorrow.
Regardless of the reflections you have on the presidency of Jimmy Carter, these are good people.
Oh, yes,
and the stories of how they treated everyone around them and what kind of people they were, to the staffs that they worked with, to the Secret Service, just extraordinary and inspiring.
Arguably the best former commander-in-chief this country's ever had.
Right. And much of his legacy, obviously, right after the presidency and the things that he's done. I love that story about washing out the bags, right? We all had grandparents who did that, right?
Yep.
My grandparents used to unplug all their appliances.
Hey, you got to make sure
just
there's
to
no fire.
Squeeze that last couple of pennies out of the cord. 7:39 on Wisconsin's Morning News. It's sponsored by Annex Wealth Management's Money Talk, heard Saturdays at 10, right here on WTMJ.
Do you cringe when you look at your high school pictures? So much has changed. From your hair, today you might not have any, or maybe it's a completely different color. How about the innocence of your smile? We grow up and learn the world is bigger than we thought. It's the same with your money. Your views of wealth, legacy, and taxes have all grown up. Has your financial plan? At Annex Wealth Management, our team of tax experts can help you understand how your plan could improve. The Annex team will show you strategies that could help safeguard your wealth. And because we're fee-only fiduciaries, you won't have to put up with high-pressure sales or advice that isn't in your best interest. As you accumulate more wealth, there's a chance your tax pictures become more complex. The Annex Tax Smart Strategy Review will give you insights on your current tax plan and help build a framework to prioritize tax strategies. Take a proactive approach. Get an Annex Wealth Management Tax Smart Strategy Review. Visit annexwealth.com/taxsmart.
Hey, WTMJ's John Rourke here. Guthrie and Fry provides the best water service at the most competitive prices. Water softeners, iron filters, well pump and surface repair, salt delivery, they do it all. They take care of their customers like their family. They protect the water in my house. They say better water makes a big difference, and it sure does. Let them take care of you the way they take care of me. It's Guthrie and Fry since 1974. GuthrieFryWater.com.
Better water makes a big difference. Guthrie and Fry.
In the heart of downtown Milwaukee, there's an all-new Potawatomi Casino Hotel, where there's a table waiting for you at 12 bars and restaurants, a winning seat at 40 table games or 3,000 slot machines, plus the thrill of bingo, full-service sports betting, and more. Are you ready to spark something new? Light up your senses at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Explore more at paysbig.com.
Traffic is sponsored by TaybackAttorneys.com. Veterans benefits denied? Call Tayback for the payback. Brave Americans who served shouldn't be denied benefits or have a disability claim incorrectly evaluated by the VA. If you're one of those vets, call Tayback for the payback. TaybackAttorneys.com.
Checking in with Debbie here at 7:42 on the traffic.
All right, got a couple of accidents to deal with. One on 94 eastbound at Mitchell Boulevard off on the right shoulder right now from the zoo to downtown. It'll be about an 8-minute ride. We've also got some delays coming in from Waukesha County, right from Highway 16, pretty much all the way to Gerke's Corners. That from Highway 16 to the zoo is a 14-minute ride, so you're looking at an extra 3 or 4 minutes there. Also an accident, 894 eastbound, just east of 76th Street on the left shoulder there, so delays coming out of the Hale interchange to that point. The westbound side also has some backups out of the Mitchell towards 76th Street as well. And then southbound 43. Pretty typical stuff from just south of Good Hope Road all the way down past Burleigh. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. The coldest morning since March out there this morning. Some spots even dipping into the single digits. Wind chills at times dipping below zero. We'll have lots of sunshine to start the day. Increasing clouds late to high temperature of 27. For tonight, mostly cloudy, breezy. Maybe a few flurries, a low at 24. Wednesday better. Mostly sunny skies up to 40. Thursday partly cloudy, 44. Friday mostly cloudy and 40. And a chance of a rain-snow mix on Saturday, a high of 40 degrees. I'm Chief Meteorologist Brian Isnansky with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Milwaukee's stuck on 16 degrees. .43 Wisconsin's Morning News. Today is not just Tuesday, it is Giving Tuesday.
That's right.
And here at WTMJ, we're using this platform to assist local organizations, their efforts to improve the lives of people whom they are helping. So here on Wisconsin's Morning News and at WTMJ Now, we're teaming up to help Penfield Children's Community Center and all the services they provide, including their behavior clinic, early education services, their special care nursery, and more. They do great work over there. I've worked with them over a number of years. It was a big priority for Gene Miller.
Yes, yeah.
Gene did their gala every year.
That was the croquet ball, right?
Yeah.
Something to that effect.
That is fancy. Let me tell you about the people in that room.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Been there. Holy cow. Lots of very important people in that place.
And because they are super committed to the work that Penfield does in our community. And if you want to help, you can text the word GIVE to the Old National Bank talk and text line. That is 855-616-1620. And if you choose to donate, write WTMJ in the comments section. So here on WTMJ Now with Steve Scafidi and us here on Wisconsin's Morning News, we're getting behind Penfield Children's Community Center. Text the word GIVE to 855-616-1620 to help Penfield and all the good work they do in our community. Sports is coming up next. It's sponsored by Holiday Automotive at Highway 23 in Fond du Lac. Holiday Automotive, it's worth the trip.
Greg Manzik here for Holiday Automotive in Fond du Lac. Hey, find your next vehicle, score enticing offers, get more for your trade, and navigate today's car market with confidence all in one place. Choose a new Chevrolet, Buick, or GMC that's in stock today, or reserve one that's on the way. Or check out a GM-certified pre-owned model. Find yours. Enjoy genuine guest care that makes fans of customers like me, and discover the difference at Holiday Automotive, Highway 41 and 23 in Fond du Lac, and at holidaygm.com. It's worth the trip.
The holiday season is a magical time of year to visit Lake Geneva. Embark on an enchanting Santa cruise on the lake. Take in a parade of trees and marvel at the world's tallest glass tree, built before your very eyes. Enjoy holiday shopping in a historic downtown. Chill out with festive food and libations in an igloo under the stars. Or find adventure on a zipline, ski hill, or snow-covered nature trail. Make Lake Geneva your place for holiday fun this year. Check out visitlakegeneva.com today for all the festive details.
Your Salvation Army donation feeds the hungry. Share your hope today at samilwaukee.org.
Gillette Intimate gives guys a gentle and easy shave. Don't treat yourself like junk. Respect it with Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get. Buy now at a retailer near you.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. Here's Brandon Snide.
12-5 Milwaukee Bucks are back to work tonight following their Sunday win against Portland. Head coach Adrian Griffin addressing the media following the team's 26-point come-from-behind win on Sunday with a simple message for his team going forward.
There's a lot of expectations on our team, and I think they've been handling it well. But, you know, sometimes things happen. It's never going to be perfect, and we got to stick together, and we got to keep fighting.
The Bucks will take on the Heat in Miami to wrap up group play for the league's in-season tournament. With the win, the Bucks will punch their ticket as the group winner. Tip-off tonight is set for 6:30. Tune in right here on WTMJ, beginning at 6 p.m. for full coverage. The Green Bay Packers hit the practice field on Monday night in preparation for the Chiefs on Sunday night. The last time Green Bay and Kansas City met, It was back in 2021, and it wasn't Aaron Rodgers under center. It was number 10, Jordan Love. According to head coach Matt LaFleur, it's one of those game plans he still regrets to this day.
It was one of those deals where we came in, I think on Wednesday morning, we found out that Aaron was going to be out and Jordan was going to be in, and we should have, instead of just riding with what we game planned, we should have, I don't want to say started over, but we should have had a better plan in place for some of the potential issues that were going to come up that absolutely came up in that game. And I didn't like the answers that we had for him personally. You know, I'm sure there's some things he could have done better, but there was a lot of things that I felt like were out of his control.
On the positive side of things for the Pack, they are getting healthy at the right time. Jair Alexander, Devondre Campbell, Eric Stokes all returning to practice on Monday afternoon. 2 college hoops around the state after winning the Fort Myers tip-off last week. The Wisconsin Badgers got back to work on Monday night, dominating Western Illinois from start to finish in this one, winning 71-49.
A mini 6-0 run right now for Wisconsin, fading away. Hepburn makes it an 8-0 run.
With the win, the Badgers improving to 5-2 on their season. And lastly, the Marquette Golden Eagles return home tonight to play host to Southern University. Coverage will get underway over on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, beginning at 7:30.
And the Bears won last night on Monday Night Football. They beat the Vikings.
That's good news, right?
Means Minnesota has 6 losses, as does Green Bay. So they're still ahead of us in the standings, I think, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But
by a half game.
We got to ask Tausch about that. Time to start talking about playoffs again? But playoffs?
Yes, sir.
Yes, it is. Mark Tauscher joins us next on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Looking for a fun family activity to get in the holiday spirit? Visit or volunteer for Capco's Kids to Kids Toy Drive in Grafton on Saturday, December 9th.
It's a totally free event. Capco is dedicated to bringing communities together and has collected nearly 300,000 toys through Kids to Kids.
Join us in WTMJ for a celebration of giving and bring a new unwrapped toy to help children in need this holiday season.
To support, visit kidstoKidstoydrive.com.
And don't forget to bring toys.
Do more together this holiday in a new Chevy. Take on more adventure in the strong and capable Chevy Silverado. More confidence in the Chevy Equinox, winner of the J.D. Power Award for initial quality among compact SUVs 2 years running. And more value in the all-new Chevy Trax with an available 11-inch diagonal touchscreen. Bring the holidays together in a new Chevy. Visit WisconsinDriveChevy.com. For J.D. Power 2023 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Everywhere you look, from groceries to utilities to gas, prices keep going up. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin can dramatically help lower your energy costs year-round by replacing drafty windows and doors in as little as 6 weeks. And now you can save even more by taking advantage of no interest and no down payment for up to 36 months when you order by November 30th. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. See showroom for details on rents 11/30/2023.
You can find affordable holiday decor at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores. Find cute Christmas decorations, ornaments, trees, and home decor, all at thrift store prices. Gift cards are also available for that shopper on your Christmas list. You'll never overspend on holiday items from St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield and 23rd in Lincoln in Milwaukee.
Ooh, you're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Great value never tasted so good. Sendik's frozen cod fillets are just $3.99 per pound this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Sendik's, your trusted local grocer.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Traffic is sponsored by Sendik's Food Market, your trusted local grocer since 1926. What's happening, Deb?
Well, we got an accident eastbound 94 at Mitchell Boulevard off on the right shoulder. Going to be pretty solid right from the zoo to through the stadium interchange. Back that up a bit. We do have some delays as well coming from Highway 16 all the way to Gerke's Corners as well. 14-minute ride there from Highway 16 to the zoo. Another accident on 894 eastbound just east of 76th Street off on the left shoulder. It's going to be adding to your headaches. We've got some delays out of the Hale interchange to that point. Westbound is slow out of the Mitchell interchange to that accident scene. And northbound 4394 slowing down out of the Mitchell around the Plainfield curve up to the KK River. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
WTMJ forecast sponsored by Dave Drake Camp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. Sunshine today early, then increasing clouds with a high of 27 degrees. Low temp down to 24 tonight. Then we warm back up. Mostly sunny on Wednesday with a high of 40. Thursday's high 44 degrees under partly cloudy skies. And mostly cloudy for Friday with a high of 40 degrees. Right now it's 16 in Milwaukee.
Idea Man.
It was always fun because you would kind of see who enjoyed, the different foods and the drinks a little bit more than the others. It was always.
What does that mean?
Innovative.
Well, what it means is the old line loved to drink Jaeger bombs.
And Packers Hall of Famer.
At Marco's house, we pounded a lot of Jaeger bombs.
It's time for Tausch on Wisconsin's Morning News. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and Kohler Services.
Mark Tauscher on Wisconsin's Morning News, sponsored by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and by Kohler Services. So, game winner for the Chicago Bears last night in Minnesota, Tausch. It also featured one of my favorite things in the mascot world. I don't know if they still call him Ragnar, but he's now more of a cartoony mascot. But the Viking collapsed at the back of the end zone after they lost on that game winner by Chicago.
Yeah, that was hard to watch. I think if you didn't have any rooting interest, and I think it's always weird from a Packer fan standpoint when you're rooting for the Bears, like that just doesn't seem right. But obviously now that things have turned around, we are. As far as the mascot stuff goes, I don't know if you guys saw this. You have Ragnar, who's no longer. I think he priced himself out of Minnesota. But did you see this Pop-Tart? The trophy's actually going to be edible for a bowl game.
For one of the college bowls?
One of the college bowls. It's called the Pop-Tart Bowl, and I think they saw all of the success that Duke's Mayo Bowl had with dumping mayo on everybody. They've made a bowl, and you're going to, once you get the trophy, basically like the turkey leg Jordan Love didn't get, which is a whole other conversation. I know Packer fans are very irritated. You eat a Pop-Tart. The Pop-Tart is in the trophy, and the trophy is the Pop-Tart, and you don't take the trophy home, you eat the trophy.
I like it. I'm on board. I mean, I'd like some sort of memento to take home and put in the trophy case.
I don't know if they give you like the wrapper. Yeah, I don't know. I saw that and I thought if they give you something to say you won the Pop-Tart Bowl, but I love the strawberry, and then I don't know. You have to heat up Pop-Tarts, right? You can't just sit there and eat a cold Pop-Tart. I'm definitely pro toaster Pop-Tart, so I don't know if they're going to have that. It seems like it's a whole conundrum that the people that organize that bowl are trying to figure out.
No, I mean, you can eat it raw if you have to. Certainly have done that. But no, you're right. Preferably, you'd have it nicely toasted. But I like the idea of, if you've ever been to the Kohl Center where all the athletic offices are, you can see the trophies from all of the sports. And it's so cool to walk through and look at, wow, there's the year they won the Big Ten championship, or here's this trophy, here's that trophy.
There's the wrapper from the Pop-Tart
Just
Bowl.
like some broke-ass wrapper.
There's the Pop-Tart Bowl, yeah.
Some crumbs.
Would be a
all right, so fellas, Vinny, you asked earlier, and I've said yesterday on Wilty and Tausch that we're going to be in the playoffs. We being the Green Bay Packers. Last night is just another reaffirmation of that. Are you both on board now with the fact that this is going to be a playoff team?
It sure looks like it.
Yes, I'm in.
How many do they need to win?
They got to get to 9. 9, I think, basically guarantees it, especially if they beat the Vikings. So let's say this weekend's a loss, which everybody is assuming. But everybody assumed Thursday was going to be a loss. So once they beat Detroit, and especially the way they looked, it's really hard to look at the rest of this schedule when you have two absolute, what should be gimme games with the at Carolina Panthers and the Giants, both teams that absolutely stink. And then the Bears game's going to be, it's not going to be easy. Minnesota's not going to be easy. But if you can get to 9, I think your percentages of being in the playoffs are probably in the 90 percentile.
We got that. That math works out fine. And I mean, provided we continue playing like we have been, provided we continue growing like we have been, and that guys stay healthy or get healthy.
Well, I think the fun part about this has been, the month of October stunk. I thought the team got worse. It was very, I think, demoralizing to watch how bad the offense was, and then the game, I think it was against the Rams or maybe it was the Vikings, where the home crowd was actually jeering. I think, Vinny, you were at that game. They were actually jeering when they finally got a first down late in the first half. That's when I think rock bottom, at least that's what we all hoped was going to be rock bottom. And now you're seeing young guys getting confident and emerging. You obviously see Jordan Love. And, by the way, some of these veterans that are injured, Jair, Devondre Campbell, you start getting those guys back into the mix. And if Musgrave can get back, all of the stuff that I think we thought and hoped we'd see is that progress. There were a little more dips in that valley than I think I was hoping for. But as Wilde always tells me, linear growth is not linear, which I didn't fully understand what that meant. Now I do, and the team is growing in the right direction while their schedule is getting worse. It's a pretty good combination.
Okay, so for the record, the Pop-Tart Bowl will be played on December 28th in Orlando this year. Could Badgers possibly qualify? I don't see who they take for that.
I'm going to be honest with you. After we beat Nebraska and knew we were bowl eligible, I started really zoning in because it affects me.
Sure.
And what I was really hoping, I don't want to go to Detroit. I did not want to do the Motor City Bowl on Christmas. That was the last thing. I think that we're going to avoid that. So now that this Pop-Tart Bowl trophy is in play, I ain't going to lie to you. It could be pretty interesting. I'm kind of rooting for that.
Absolutely.
Nashville would be fine. New York, even though we just talked about that yesterday, I'd rather not go there since it's freezing. But at this point, we're just happy to be in a bowl.
And for the record, the new guy for the Vikings is Victor. Victor the Viking.
Okay.
Lame.
What is Victor all? I missed Victor. Is that like what is it? Just like a big, strong Viking, or is it something else?
No, it's like it's kind of your typical cartoonish sort of head. Tao, she's got the long braids and then the little horns for the helmet, and then he's just like a guy.
That's cute. Yeah, that sounds cute. That sounds Viking-esque.
Victor with a K.
Yeah.
Nothing like old.
No victories for Victor, am I right?
There you go. We'll end on that. Business headlines are up next. Sponsored by Old National Bank. Get old. Here's the Milwaukee Business Journal's Rich Kirchen.
Milwaukee Bucks fans embrace Damian Lillard, and not just for his scoring. They're buying merchandise and season tickets at a level rivaling the 2021 championship season, according to team president Peter Fagan. The new owner of Bradley Corporation in Menominee Falls focuses on completing a transition of production and 40 jobs to local factories from Ohio. Bob Pagano of Watts Water Tech says the goal is to grow sales and profits. After less than 2 years on the New York Stock Exchange, Fathom Digital Manufacturing may go private. The company's largest shareholder bids $4.50 per share. About 100 jobs remain in Heartland. I'm Rich Kirchen with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on News Radio WTMJ.
Old National Bank.
I just got your home equity loan, and this feeling of joy and exhilaration overcame me.
Yeah, it's a phenomenon we call getting old.
Wow, so I'm not the only one?
No, small business owners feel it with expansion loans. Families feel it when they're setting up trusts and 529s. Nonprofits who need financing to help the community. And anyone who needs investment advice, they all feel it.
So it's not just me?
No, you're in a pretty big club.
Like a club I can join?
I really don't.
Is there at least a secret handshake?
Old National Bank, where relationships and results matter. Old National. Get old. Member FDIC.
The Brewers' annual clubhouse sale returns for 2 days only, Friday, December 1st and Saturday, December 2nd from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Head to American Family Field to save up to 80% on Brewers apparel, game-used items, and memorabilia. Plus, get a free Brewers water bottle or tumbler when you spend $100 or more while supplies last. It's the Brewers' best sale of the season, right in time for the holidays. Don't miss out.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats. Now through Wednesday, save on 4.75 to 8-ounce selected varieties Frito-Lay's Lay's or Kettle Chips, 2 for $5. 15 to 15.5-ounce can selected varieties Joan of Arc beans, 4 for $5. 128-ounce pail selected varieties Blue Bunny ice cream, $5.99. 11.5 to 15-ounce selected varieties Marie Callender dinners or Popeyes, 2 for $7.
Look at those brats. You do tailgating right. Absolutely. Did you see the spread out there? You've got enough food to feed the entire lot. I'm splurging now and then hoping to win $700 in free groceries. $700? Yeah, it's all part of the 70th anniversary at Century Foods. No kidding. Next week, I'll do the shopping. Maybe I'll score $700 in groceries. All you need is the weekly code. It's on Century's Facebook or Instagram. Oh, I just remembered. I'll be out of town next week. Yeah, right, cheapskate.
Ends January 3rd.
The place you want to go, Lynch McWanago.
Nobody sells for less than Lynch.
It's going to be a real scorcher tonight. Miami's going to have to air out the arena.
Portis thought about the three, instead passes to Lillard. He'll scissor his way down the lane, lays it in off the glass.
Oh, Lord, I think I'm coming down with a case of the vapors.
It's the Bucks and the Heat, with our coverage starting tonight at 6 on your home of the Bucks. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
Just after 8 o'clock, I'm Vince Vitrano. This is Wisconsin's Morning News. It's Tuesday, November 28th. Our top story, police presence in a New Berlin parking lot.
I'm Eric Bilstead. A former attorney general teases a campaign announcement.
I'm Debbie Laziga. We got an accident on 94 eastbound at Mitchell Boulevard on the right shoulder. Very heavy coming in from the zoo interchange. Make that 10 minutes to get from the zoo into downtown. Another accident on 894 eastbound, just east of 76th Street, also on the left shoulder. We've got backups coming out of the Hale interchange to that point. Southbound 43, going to be a slow one from just before Bender Road all the way down past Locust. I'm Debbie Laziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic.
Sunshine early, then increasing clouds and a high of 27 degrees. Low temperature down to 24 tonight with a chance of flurries. Right now, Milwaukee temp at 16. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, developing story out of New Berlin this morning. Police are assembling near 124th and Oklahoma. WTMJ's Adam Roberts is live at the Breaking News Center with what we know so far.
That's right, Vince. Multiple squad cars remaining on scene as of right now. Police tape is up in a parking lot right there between the Apple Glen Apartments and a strip mall at that intersection. This area is right on the line between New Berlin and West Dallas. It's where Oklahoma becomes National Avenue in Waukesha County. WTMJ still awaiting word from New Berlin police confirming what the investigation is about. We've also reached out to the Waukesha County Sheriff's Department for more information as well. Live on the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Adam Roberts.
Microsoft's plan to expand a data center in Racine County heads up to the county board tonight. This after getting the okay from the Mount Pleasant Village Board on Monday. Microsoft wants to make a major investment in that area, including spending billions to expand its data center footprint and acquire 600 acres from Mount Pleasant.
Decision, Wisconsin. Former Republican Attorney General Brad Schimmel has a, quote, special announcement scheduled for Thursday. It's going to be at the Weldall Manufacturing in Waukesha. A source confirmed to the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. The announcement is expected to be a run for Wisconsin State Supreme Court. Schimmel would run against liberal Justice Ann Walsh Bradley, who is expected to seek a fourth 10-year term in 2025. The court currently 4-3 liberal after Justice Janet Protasewicz defeated Dan Kelly in the most expensive judicial contest in U.S. history.
The ceasefire between Israel and Hamas remains in place this morning after a temporary truce was extended for 2 days. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu remains adamant that fighting will resume once that ceasefire ends.
Coming up, a big first in the world of flight. Sighting Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:05.
Wealth-changing question. Has your advisor created a portfolio based only on your age and risk tolerance? That's simply not good enough. Your money deserves better, and so do you. At Creative Planning, our private wealth managers learn about you first, and then they create a customized plan and portfolio by partnering with our in-house money managers, accountants, and attorneys. Don't settle for a standard portfolio. Book your free meeting today at creativeplanning.com. Creative Planning, a richer way to wealth.
I'm attorney David Gruber. You've heard our slogan thousands of times, but we are much more than just one call. We are one team, one community, one family, and we're the one law firm that can get you the results and compensation you deserve after a serious accident. Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
1 in 36 children in Wisconsin are diagnosed with autism. Penfield Children's Center's new evidence-based autism program is providing a new approach to families in our community. As the only Midwestern provider of this new autism therapy, the need is greater than ever to expand Penfield's programming. Support Penfield's Giving Tuesday campaign to provide autism services to a child in your community. Visit PenfieldChildren.org to make a donation. Again, that's PenfieldChildren.org.
Hey, Sandy Max here. Have you heard about my friends at Three Pillars? They're located on 300 gorgeous nature-soaked acres in Dousman, with over 10 miles of walking and biking trails crisscrossing the Bark River. This serene setting is also home to Wisconsin's top-rated continuing care retirement community. Continuing care means every facet: independent living, assisted living, skilled nursing, and rehab. So whatever you need, Three Pillars is the best, and you deserve the best in your retirement. Learn more at threepillars.org.
Fleet Farm's got everything you need for everyday life. Brands from Carhartt to Milwaukee to Purina to Goodyear to Rapala to Levi's and a whole lot more. In-store or online, check out all the brands Fleet Farm carries to help make your everyday life better.
Siding Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 8:08.
Hotels certain to book up during the Republican National Convention that's in Milwaukee next summer. Owner of Marcus Hotels and Resorts, Greg Marcus, telling Wisconsin's Afternoon News how they're actually working to improve the St. Kate and Pfister hotels ahead of this big event.
Now we're doing the corridors and the guest rooms. We're redoing those bathrooms. It's going to be absolutely spectacular. And we were just looking at, new design work for the lobby. We're not changing the lobby, but it's time for new carpet and new paint and some new furniture.
Marcus said they're eager to share a Midwest niceness with the guests who are coming to Milwaukee.
In 2016, civil unrest following a deadly police shooting led to the burning of the former BMO Harris Bank at Sherman and Fond du Lac on Milwaukee's north side. Now it sits in its place, Sherman Phoenix, the marketplace, celebrating its 5th anniversary this Giving Tuesday.
Out of the ashes, the Phoenix rises.
Executive Director Dr. Stacia Thompson tells WTMJ over 89% of their businesses are still up and running.
They truly set up a system and a model, which is now a national model, in which the entrepreneurs in the building are offered support to make sure their business just doesn't survive, but it's thriving.
From 4 to 8 p.m. today, they'll host a free event with live music, food, and prizes for the celebration.
It really is going to be a celebration of the testament to the cause where we were able to turn tragedy into triumph and just show that this model can work.
Jack Grau, WTMJ News.
Big day for cutting carbon emissions in the skies.
The very first transatlantic flight to use sustainable jet fuel takes off from London's Heathrow Airport today. The Virgin Atlantic flight will not have any passengers and will be using fuel made from melted animal fat and other waste products. The flight, which will travel to New York, is meant to show that this sustainable aviation fuel is a safe alternative to jet fuel. Jen Clark, CBS News.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:09.
Annex Wealth Management. Investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning from a fee-only fiduciary. Forget commission sales pitches and financial products you don't need. Know the difference. Annex provides elite, comprehensive financial planning customized to who you are and what you need. AnnexWealth.com.
Vince Vitrano here for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. I can tell you it's for real. We talk about replacing your drafty old windows and doors with beautiful new products from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the energy savings that you can achieve. I don't know about all that. I didn't look at the bills. But I do know I've got 2 giant windows in my family room and the patio door that goes in between. The Pella replaced late this summer. And now that it's gotten cold, when I go over there and stand in that area, it's not cold on the floor over there where it used to be.
It's the little things.
Right?
It's the little,
so
that's
I know
awesome.
that's anecdotal. I can't tell you
That's
I
great.
saved X number of dollars. But I know if it's less cold in my house, and I'm paying less to heat it. And you can do the same. Pella Windows and Doors, you can have them installed in as little as 6 weeks. If you act now, you get in on the 0% interest and no down payment offer for up to 36 months. Now, you do have to have that in by November 30th. 0% interest, no down payment for up to 36 months when you order by November 30th. So you got to get Pella Windows and Doors and their team in your home this week. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Traffic is sponsored by Smart Spaces. Adapt to the modern workplace. SmartSpacesWI.com.
How can Smart Spaces transform your business?
Creating technology, great culture, spaces that people really want to come to, attract talent, and keep that talent.
SmartSpacesWI.com.
And let's get an update on the roads here with Deb.
All right, still dealing with that accident. Eastbound 94 at Mitchell Boulevard off on the right shoulder, slowing down out of the Zoo interchange. To that point, technically it continues on to about 35th Street. The westbound side slowing down from 25th Street through the stadium. We've also got an accident on 894 eastbound on the left shoulder at 76th Street, slowing out of the Hale interchange to that point. We got the westbound side slowing down from 27th Street to about 76th Street as well. And then southbound 43, pretty hefty ride, slowing down just south of Good Hope Road, stretching all the way down to about Locust. Hey, if you happen to see something on the roads that we should know about, give us a call on the WTMJ Hall Mazda Milwaukee.com traffic tip line at 414-238-9329 and visit Hall Mazda during Mazda's Season of Inspiration. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Storm team forecast, a high of 27 degrees. One more cold day here. Low temperature down to 24, and then mostly sunny skies return on Wednesday with a high of 40. Right now we're at 16 in Milwaukee.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here's your host, Vince Vitrano.
Just had that story about the sustainable fuels in the skies. Yeah. Guy texted on the Old National Bank talking text line. What's that smell? Just the bacon fat being burned in the fuel at the airport.
Smells nice.
Which, right.
Now I'm hungry.
Haven't flown so much in Chopper 4 over the years, being around the airport, like jet fuel, not a good smell.
No, not at all.
Smells like breakfast. What's that line about those who do not study history are doomed to repeat it or something along
Pretty
that
close,
lines. And it has various variations of it, but it is true. It occurs to me more often lately that we are still fighting the same wars. I'm moved by a particular experience that we had in New York City when we visited last week, and that was going to the 9/11 Memorial. And I'm going to tie that into current events as we explore the latest on the hostage release in the Middle East. Some breaking news on that. Looks like 10 more hostages may be released today in this ongoing war between Israel and Hamas. U.S. lawmakers debating aid to that conflict in support of Israel and the war in Ukraine. So let's get up to date first, then I'll tie this all back together. I mentioned our visit to New York, and so many families have gone through this. Maybe you just did it at Thanksgiving. Somebody came home whom you hadn't seen for a while, or you went to visit family somewhere. And for me, it was this new experience that so many of you have had already with our oldest daughter having just gone to college. Eric, I asked you, can you imagine not seeing your son, your oldest, for 3 months?
No, I can't. Has never happened.
Not hugging him, not being in his space with him for 3 months.
Yeah.
That's coming because you and I have kids the same age still.
Stop
it. And that happened to me for the first time. So we visited we were out in New York, and our daughter goes to school out there, and, laying hands on her for the first time in 3 months was really emotional. It was emotional for her. It was for me, for our whole family. And so I'm thinking about that as these hostages are being released. And a totally different situation. My daughter was safe. She's out there achieving her dreams, going for great things. These families had young people, children, toddlers.
No idea what was happening to them.
For 50-some days, right? Being held by terrible, awful people. And what those hugs now as they are reunited must feel like for them. More hostages held by Hamas released as the ceasefire is now extended another couple days. More on where that stands in a moment. But first, let's talk about who is back in the arms of loved ones this morning. Among the 11 Israeli hostages released Monday, a brother and sister. They're 16 and 12 years old. And Abby Owen is a family member.
We know that physically they're okay. Their first reunion was with their mother. And I think that's the most critical piece of it, that they got hugs and love and the feeling of some safety after 52 days in captivity.
52 days held. Abby Owen, cousin of those children who were released, so that's her family. Hamas still holding more than 150 other people, including the father of those two children, Ofer Calderon.
This is not a game. This is life or death, and we need every single one of them, Ofer among them, home now.
The prospects for more hostages to be released actually look pretty good right now. As we said, the breaking news, CNN reporting now 10 more hostages expected to be released today, and there it's afternoon already in Israel, is it not?
And will we have a 2-day extension to the ceasefire as well?
Ceasefire extended at least 2 days.
Yeah.
Possibility it could extend beyond. Here's ABC's Justin Finch on that.
President Biden saluting the leaders of Egypt, Israel, and Qatar on extending that ceasefire and saying the U.S. plans to surge more aid into Gaza and will continue working to free all Hamas-held hostages. There is a chance this extended ceasefire could go even longer. Israel saying it would agree to a 1-day extension for every 10 hostages Hamas releases.
So it looks like that is holding at least here on day 1 of the extension, right? We're hearing 10.
Yes.
So while 10 is 10 more than we had before, it's not 150, right? A lot to go. And then we talked about this a little yesterday, and I want to bring it back for you. Who are these Palestinians who are being released from Israeli prisons? We asked ABC's Jordana Miller about that. Now, Jordana's been reporting from Jerusalem through the duration of the war. Important to note a difference here between prisoners and hostages. People being held by Hamas were violently plucked from their homes, taken off the streets, family members murdered in front of them. Jordana told us the Palestinians being released had been convicted of crimes in Israel. They're not hostages. They're people who went through a legal process and they are serving sentences. So that's clearly not the same thing. And I want to make clear that distinction. Certainly, some people in Gaza, some Palestinians would question the due process that they went through. I grant you that. But nonetheless, there's a difference between who is being released from Israel versus the hostages who are being released at the hands of Hamas. That said, Israel has been willing to swap them out for the release of hostages. What did you say? It was like a 3-to-1 ratio?
Yeah, close to 3-to-1.
And they've been, all right, that's not great, but we'll take it if it means the safe return of some Israelis and other internationals who are being held. So that's sort of been the deal right now. And at least at this point, it looks like that is ongoing. The other important part of the ongoing ceasefire is the ability to allow much needed aid to continue pouring into Gaza to serve the civilians who are caught in the middle of this conflict.
In the West Bank, crowds filling the streets of Ramallah, celebrating the release of dozens of Palestinian prisoners, and some relief amid devastation in Gaza. A United Nations convoy arriving to Al Ali Hospital, delivering emergency medical kits, IV drips, and much needed supplies.
It's ABC's Justin Finch once again. So that's not going to do it, but it's a start in terms of what the surviving civilians there need in Gaza.
And that's a major concern. In fact, John McCain's widow, she's been speaking on that, saying that there's close to famine right now in Gaza, that there really needs to be an urgent move to get more aid into that country.
And when you talk with, I took that trip to Washington, 2 weeks now, with the delegation here from Milwaukee who joined so many others in the March for Israel on the National Mall. And to a person, every one of our local Jews I spoke with empathy, spoke with concern about civilians who are being harmed in this conflict. And I know for many Palestinians or people of Palestinian descent that they give that a shoulder shrug, and that's not enough for them. That said, I've not spoken to one Jew locally here who has not expressed concern about that. And they also know that that has some bearing on world opinion about what is happening.
Of course.
So if this aid can continue to flow into Gaza and people who are innocents caught up in this can be helped, that's a good thing for all sides. Now, I said, in terms of what's happening in Washington, this week lawmakers are going to continue debating these funding packages for both support for Israel and the war in Ukraine. Day one, when the war in the Middle East broke out, I remember you and I, even before we were on the air, you know who the most concerned person about this is? Beyond all of those who are obviously directly impacted?
The Ukrainian president.
Vladimir Zelensky. Because so much attention now has been diverted from that war, which was center of global concern until this.
Mm-hmm.
And so is there a danger that resources that might have gone to Ukraine could be diverted to Israel? Looks like the packages that are being debated, a lot more money being spent on Ukraine or proposed to be spent in Ukraine as opposed to Israel. Israel has the ability to stand on its own in greater...
And has been doing so
yes,
for many, many years.
In greater fashion. So it's not apples to apples, but nonetheless, these various packages right now have been tied together as proposed by the president. Some lawmakers want to break them out. Support for Israel, one package. Support for Ukraine, another package, so they can be debated on their individual merits. House Speaker Mike Johnson did express optimism that aid packages in some form will pass through Congress in the near future.
We have a sense of urgency about this, and there are deadlines on it as well. So I'm confident and optimistic that we'll be able to get that done, get it over the line.
So we'll see. That's the debate in Washington. But tying it back into the experience that I had in New York, I thought it was so valuable, and I really salute the Greendale schools who had the band in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. One of the sites that they did visit in the off time that they had was they brought the students to the 9/11 memorial. And then separately, so my band kid went with them, and then separately we took our son and our daughter, and my wife and I went to the memorial. And I thought it was so important for them to do that for all of the reasons, not the least of which was they weren't alive then.
Right.
Right? So they've heard mom and dad talk about it. Maybe they talk about it on September 11th, and this was the day that this happened. But it
helped give them some perspective.
Yeah. And one component of the memorial is to take you through that day. You visited, right?
I have. It's an amazing facility.
So we did at the front end, we did a guided tour.
Okay.
And the tour was really more about the memorial itself, how it was built, who was involved in it. This is where this is. This is what this symbolizes. This is why we put this here, which was fine. And I thought that was interesting and educational. But I was more in need of my kids to go through the day and to see the video archives and to see the artifacts, the beams that were twisted and wrecked, the letters and things that were written by victims, all of that stuff. So we did spend some time in that. And one of the pieces was this timeline that takes you back to the war in Afghanistan between the Soviets and the Afghanis and the American support for the Afghan side and how that sort of started. And, my kids were talking about that, and I'm like, but do you see we're still fighting the same wars? That was a proxy war between the U.S. and Russia in a faraway land. And what's happening right now? The same thing. Proxy war between the U.S. and Russia happening this time in Eastern Europe. And then at the same time, the same inflammations of the Middle East. The struggle between Judaism and Islam. American support for Israel versus, what other people want in the region. All the other players in that region who are involved. We're fighting the same wars. I don't know if there's a different approach we need to take, or do we just get sucked back into doing the same stuff?
It's interesting how that works.
But I'm glad we saw that, and it just occurred to me in that way that, as much as things change, some things always stay the same. 8:23 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Checking in with Debbie here.
A little bit of good news. That earlier accident, 94 eastbound at Mitchell Boulevard, has been cleared out of the way. We do still have delays, though, from about 92nd Street all the way through the stadium. Southbound 43 going to be heavy from Bender Road all the way down past Locust, with the northbound side slowing from North Avenue up to Keefe. And eastbound 894, that accident is still there, just east of 76th Street on the left shoulder, slowing out of the Hale interchange. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
'Tis the season of giving. Join us at WTMJ for our Giving Tuesday celebrations, where we use our platform to help local organizations better the lives of those they are helping. Wisconsin's Morning News and WTMJ Now are helping Penfield Children's Community Center. To get a link to help out this organization, text GIVE to the Old National Bank talk and text line 855-616-1620. We are Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio WTMJ.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi.
Our production department really kicked it into gear this season, and we finished before we thought we would. And we'd like to keep our people working until the snow flies, so we're going to offer a discount. Now, a lot of discounts you hear about, they're just off an already inflated rate that ends up right in the same slot as everybody else. In this case, because we're past our break-even point, we can offer a real discount. And here it is. We can afford to take 10% off your roofing project if you call and sign up before the end of the year. If we can't get to it because the weather turns south on us, we'll still hold your price for next year. And this isn't some fugazi discount. It's 10% off what our pricing would normally be. It's for roofs only, and it expires at the end of the year. So take advantage of a nice discount on top quality workmanship from good people who care. We're Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi.
Vince Vitrano here for Excel Concrete Coatings. I've told you about them. This is a local, family-owned company that transformed my garage. The floor was cracked and uneven, and Excel came in. They fixed all that, then they top it with a beautiful multicolored surface. And they would love the opportunity to do that in your home on any type of concrete surface you may have. It doesn't have to be the garage. It could be a pool deck, an outdoor patio, but right now, with the weather colder, they're focused on indoor projects. We had one of our friends here at the station. He had his laundry room redone. It's one of those scary spaces where the concrete floor was old. He lives in a very old house. Excel came in there, evened everything out, put this beautiful coating on top, and now it's a space that is not scary to be in. In fact, you almost kind of want to go down there and do the laundry. They'll do the same for your commercial business as well. Something to consider. If you have concrete in the business and you want that looking nice and brand new, it's Excel Concrete Coatings. You get a free estimate. You'll be surprised at how affordable this can be. Most projects run between $1,500 and $3,000. Look up Greg and Luann. They're at excelconcretecoatings.com. Tell them Vinny sent you. excelconcretecoatings.com.
Sandy Max of WTMJ here. 'Tis the season of specials, and all through the night there are concerts and specials to my great delight. From Andrea Bocelli and John McGivern, too. Milwaukee PBS has specials for just me and you. So check out the specials and then watch them twice, because Milwaukee PBS is really quite nice.
Tonight at 7, learn the fascinating story of Milwaukee's Soldiers Home, a hallowed home for heroes. Tonight at 7 on Channel 10, Milwaukee PBS.
Hi, I'm Chef Paul Bartolotta of the Bartolotta Restaurant with the perfect gift idea for your holiday season. A Bartolotta gift card. With so many unique restaurants to choose from, Mr. B Steakhouses, Brookfield and Mequon, Joy Gerard's, Ristorante Bartolotta, the Commodore, and more. They select the restaurant, we create the memories. So purchase a gift card at bartolottas.com and get a $20 holiday bonus for every $100 you spend. Happy holidays from all of us at the Bartolotta Restaurants, and thank you, Milwaukee.
.828 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Vince, he played in the major leagues for more than 20 years. From 1953 to 1964. He was an All-Star 17 times and a Hall of Famer, as well as governor of the great state of Wisconsin. I'm talking about Governor Warren Spahn.
How about that?
Yeah.
I don't remember Warren Spahn having been in politics.
This story getting some legs. It started over the weekend, and then it moved in yesterday into some of the other outlets. Wisconsin Right Now is the first to have it. That Governor Evers has been using an alternative state email account under the name of the late Hall of Fame pitcher Warren Spahn.
What is it, like a .gov or .wi?
Yeah.
Or what?
So it's warren.spahn at wisconsin.gov. And the idea behind this, actually, the idea behind it doesn't surprise me. And I guess Governor Walker did something similar. He didn't use Warren Spahn. He used Ray Nitschke. I'm kidding.
Curly.Lambo at wi.gov.
No, Walker used one according to the paper. Journal Sentinel has it. Well, it was like his middle name or something.
Kevin.
Kevin.Scott at walker.gov or at wisconsin.gov. Anyway, the idea behind him is to like clear all some of the clutter. It can be more of a personal use state email account that you can kind of go back and forth with, like your higher execs or whoever you
So
need
right,
to.
you're trying to plan a meeting with your cabinet or whatever. Here's the agenda for this, that, or the other. They want that circulating out so it's not part of the larger email that has constituent email in there.
Now, for those of you wondering, though, well, wait a minute. If
Yes.
they use this different email and no one knows about this other email, doesn't that make it more possible to elude open records requests? Well, the answer to that would be yes. Although it sounds like those who needed to know knew that, like, Walker had this former email and that Governor Evers used Warren Spahn.
So what you're talking about is when guys like us say, I want to see all the emails that mention American Family Field.
Open records
or
request, yeah.
Brewers that came between Governor Evers and Speaker Voss, for example, because
Yes.
we want to know what was going on behind the scenes. And then you say, I have a right under the Freedom of Information Act to have these things. Yeah. They have to provide those documents.
But if all those emails were not under Tony Evers, but rather Warren
No one would think
Spahn.
to ask for Warren Spahn's emails and correspondence with the Speaker. Understood.
So that's kind of where it gets a little loose.
But his administration is saying, as did the previous, that no, if you ask for the emails between the governor or whatever, you get those
But how
too.
would you know to ask for them? Well,
Yes.
some in the know likely knew, I guess, is one way to argue that. I guess Ronnie.Belliard at Wisconsin.gov was already.
How did you pick Ronnie Belliard?
I like that idea better of it being just like randoms, not Warren Spahn, the 300-game winner of the Milwaukee Braves era.
Well, what about, like, why did it have to be a sports guy, too? Like, a classic sport. Like, couldn't you do, like, Top Dog at WI.gov? Or
Ooh, Top Dog?
Big Dog.
Okay. Or like Tony.Evers 1. Tony.Evers 2.
Picklechamp.wi.gov. He likes to play pickleball, the governor does.
Yes. That would have been a good one.
Pokeboy at WI.gov. We're going to polka tonight,
But what
folks.
about, like, sports nicknames? Like Magic.Man at Wisconsin.gov. Like, that would have been a great one. Grave.Digger at Wisconsin.gov.
Okay.
See, we'll have to do an open run.
Well, maybe those were all taken by previous governors and various other administrators.
Tommy Thompson was using that one.
Stick it to them.wi.gov. 8:32 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Sean.Went at WI.com.
How about that?
Happy holidays. This is WTMJ's Jeff Wagner for Built Right Furniture, Leather, and Mattresses. Built Right's Black November deals are held over through Saturday. It's all about your comfort, your style, and your home at Built Right. 4 generations, 95 years strong. Built Right always saves you money. The 3rd and 4th generation family members are on hand working in the store along with their amazing team with over 400 years of experience. You'll find thousands of items in stock for guaranteed delivery by the holidays. Hard to find jewelry, armoires, and kids' rockers. 150 recliners and 48 models of power lift recliners in stock. A Built Right gift certificate is a great holiday gift too. USA made, small scale, Amish made, real solid wood. Built Right has furniture and mattresses for everyone from petite to plus size, and they can work with your budget. Shop Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Voted best place to shop and winner of the Home Furnishings Association's 2023 Retailer of the Year. Sunday they're closed to be with family. When you get there, be sure to tell them Jeff Wagner sent you to locally and family-owned Built Right Furniture, 5430 West Layton Avenue in Greenfield.
Hey, this is Steve Scafidi for Advent. I had some snoring issues that kept my wife up at night. That led to poor sleep and a lot of tired mornings on the radio, and nobody wants that, trust me. But it's simply, my nose wasn't working the way it should. I decided to go to Advent for a quick 30-minute visit, one of their great facilities, talk to a bunch of their doctors. They really put me at ease. After a really simple sleep study at home, in my own bed, they determined the root cause of my problem had to do with my sinuses and nasal passages in my breathing triangle. I didn't even know I had a breathing triangle, so I went to see Advent. After a short procedure done in office, I'm back to breathing well, and my wife and I are both back to sleeping through the whole night. The best sleep we've ever had, that could be you. If you struggle with restless nights like I did, take the time to see how Advent can help. To find out how breathing well and sleeping well can make your life and your nights a whole lot better, go to AdventKnows.com, schedule an appointment today. Because Advent knows, when you breathe well, you live better.
It's 8:34. I'm Adam Roberts, and this is Wisconsin's Morning News for Tuesday, November 28th. Your top story, a police presence remains in New Berlin.
I'm Debbie Laziga. They finally got that accident, 894 eastbound east of 76th Street, all cleared up, but the delays are still there. So we got slowing out of the Hale interchange all the way out past 76th. The westbound side is a bit backed up from 27th Street all the way to 76th Street as well. We've also got a broken down vehicle. It was blocking the right lane just south of Greenfield on 894 southbound. Looks like they may have been able to pull it off onto the Lincoln off-ramp, but just something to keep in mind, might be a little bit of a distraction. Southbound 43 still pretty hefty all the way down from Good Hope Road down past Burleigh. I'm Debbie Laziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Sunny, breezy, and cold in your storm team forecast from Chief Meteorologist Brian Niznansky. A high of 27 today. Have some work to do to get to that point. We're at 14 right now in Milwaukee. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, continuing to follow a developing story in New Berlin this morning. A police presence remains near 124th and Oklahoma. Police tape is up in a parking lot between the Apple Glen apartment complex and a strip mall at the intersection. There are unconfirmed reports that multiple people are in custody. We are efforting still the New Berlin Police Department and the Waukesha County Sheriff's Department for more information. Other news this morning, a pedestrian dead overnight following a collision on Milwaukee's north side. The 31-year-old was walking near Velar Phillips and Center around 8:30 p.m. Monday when police say they were struck by an oncoming driver in the road. The medical examiner pronounced the pedestrian dead on scene. The driver stayed on scene with their vehicle, and police say they are cooperating with the investigation. A family is without a home after a house fire that Milwaukee police are saying is a case of arson. Neighborhood surveillance footage shows a person appeared to start a fire in a car parked next to the home in an alley near 8th and Scott over the weekend. Then the vehicle explodes and ignites the building into flames. Neighbor Jessica Romani tells TMJ4 News.
We heard a noise that went poof, and then the car just skirted, and then right when we looked out the window, we just saw a big flame right there.
The family says they lost everything in the fire. A GoFundMe seeks to raise $5,000. And in 2016, civil unrest following a fatal police shooting led to the burning of the former BMO Harris Bank at Sherman and Fond du Lac on Milwaukee's north side. Now in its place sits the Sherman Phoenix Marketplace, celebrating its 5th anniversary this Giving Tuesday.
Out of the ashes, the Phoenix rises.
Executive Director Dr. Stacia Thompson tells WTMJ over 89% of their businesses are still up and running.
They truly set up a system and a model, which is now a national model, in which the entrepreneurs in the building are offered support to make sure their business just doesn't survive, but it's thriving.
From 4 to 8 p.m. today, they'll host a free event with live music, food, and prizes for the celebration.
It really is going to be a celebration of the testament to the cause where we were able to turn tragedy into triumph and just show that this model can work.
Jack Grau, WTMJ News.
Time for news about your money. The WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. In the red are the three majors at the opening bell today. The Dow Jones down 5 points on the morning to 35,331. The S&P 500 down 6 to 4,544. And the NASDAQ off 11 on the day to 14,230. Ready for investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning from a fee-only fiduciary? Go to annexwealth.com and click the Get Started button now. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Adam Roberts. Citing Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 8:38.
Coming up, former Vice President Mike Pence almost skipped January 6th. Tell you what that's about and the new information coming out and what he told the January 6th Commission. That is next on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Traffic sponsored by Weniger Compressor, the Midwest air compressor experts. Visit pressureisoff.biz. Weniger Compressor salutes business owners who put the I can in American while treating their customers right.
All of the boys at Weniger Compressor.
Small business owners can make a little of anything go a long way.
It's true. My bakery is made up of a little sugar, spice, and edible glitter.
Well, that's why U.S. Cellular is offering small businesses lines for as little as $19.99, plus $300 off any phone.
That's great. A little does go a long way. Unless we're talking sprinkles, everyone always needs more sprinkles.
Oh, of course. Get lines for $19.99 plus $300 off any phone today. U.S. Cellular, built for business, built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. If you want to upgrade and transform your current bathroom space, I've got you covered. It's Sidex. Sidex just did the work in our house, took out the old bathtub, put in a beautiful walk-in shower. It is stunning. The process streamlined and efficient. Sidex is the company I trust. Sidex is the company doing the work in our bathroom and our house. My wife is so happy. They have changed our bathroom space. It's incredible. Joe, living the legacy of his dad, Sanford. It's incredible. They're family-owned since 1988. Free shower door upgrade when you mention John Mercure. Sidex. Check out the guys I trust at Sidex.
Looking for a fun family activity to get in the holiday spirit? Visit or volunteer for Capco's Kids to Kids Toy Drive in Grafton on Saturday, December 9th. It's a totally free event. Capco is dedicated to bringing communities together and has collected nearly 300,000 toys through Kids to Kids, and still counting. Join us and WTMJ for a celebration of giving and bring a new unwrapped toy to help children in need this holiday season. To support, visit kidstokidstoydrive.com.
And don't forget to bring toys.
Blue sweater, red sweater, reindeer sweater, extra double thick sweater.
What are you doing?
Getting my closet ready for winter. It'll be here before you know it.
Good point. We should all be getting our vehicles ready for winter too. And now's the time to visit any of the 115 Adam member new car dealers to get your oil changed, have your brakes and wipers checked, and make sure your tires will get you through a long Wisconsin winter. Just visit adamm.com to find the nearest Adam member dealer.
20 minutes before 9 o'clock on Wisconsin's Morning News. Why is Today Show doing most hated TV characters? Is there some sort of thing going on in that?
I think it's just filler. Until Meghan Trainor comes back on.
Who else is always on that show?
Oh, besides
a couple
Trainor.
of regulars.
Yeah, she's
You're always
one
on
of
the
me.
Meghan Trainor.
I swear she has a contract because she's out there singing
I
on
haven't
the
seen her
Today
in a
Show.
bit on Today Show. On the Plaza.
No, she'll be on before the end of the year.
Which, again, if you've never been to New York and actually walked by there.
Tiny.
So much smaller than you think, as are a lot of things in New York City. No, it's just funny because they had a picture of Caillou. If you have kids of a certain age, man, I can't remember if that was a Nickelodeon or which one that was. Or was Caillou, was Caillou public television? See Channel 10?
You're asking the wrong
So your
person.
kids are younger than mine, so he might have been out.
My oldest could have matched your youngest, but I don't recall seeing that show.
If Caillou was in the wheelhouse of your kids, I bet you have the same take on him as I do. That whiny little brat. Couldn't stand that show. All that kid did was complain. And then it was like narrated by Caillou's mom.
Well,
Caillou was angry.
Well, did he ever learn anything? Was it like a lesson?
No, because he was up to his same antics next time around. Caillou didn't want to give up his toys.
Why would you let your kids watch it?
He just whined and stuff. You're like, boy, the last thing kids need to hear is more whining.
Right. Why are we enhancing that? Don't enable our children.
Caillou didn't want to talk about the next topic. He wanted to do whatever he wanted to do. I didn't want to do it.
Sounds awful.
So that's my take on Caillou.
I'm glad you agree with the Today Show.
Hey, talk about Giving Tuesday here for a second, because today is people do their charity in a lot of different ways. I feel like everybody gives to something.
Yeah.
And some people are super committed to their church or their temple or mosque or whatever it is, and you go that route with things. And many people are involved more in one charity than they are in another. For me, Special Olympics was mine for so many years and still is. I remain committed to them and connected with them. But on Giving Tuesday, it's kind of one of those days where you focus on, we just had the Black Friday and we had Small Business Saturday, and then we had Cyber Monday. And it was
spending all this money
on each other and on ourselves.
$37 billion.
And so this Giving Tuesday push started years ago of like, hey, how about take a quick break here since we got a whole bunch of money to throw around.
Yeah.
Like, let's throw it at something important. And so many of the charities and the nonprofits have gotten on board here by making it extra worth your while. They'll find some other donor who might match dollar for dollar up to $100 or whatever it is that you give, might kind of double your donation. So it's a really great day to focus on that. At WTMJ, we're this morning talking about local organizations and their efforts to improve the lives of people whom they're helping. For us and for WTMJ Now, that Steve's show coming up, we are talking about Penfield Children's Community Center. They provide a whole bunch of services for children with differing abilities, and they provide behavior clinics, early education services, special care nursery, and more. And if you want to help Penfield Children's Center, you can text the word GIVE to the Old National Bank talk and text line. That is 855-616-1620. And if you choose to donate, we'd love for you to write WTMJ in the comments section.
You can do it .com, too.
I'm .comming right now. If you write WTMJ in the comments section, that lets the folks at Penfield know that came from us. Our morning news and WTMJ Now, our Giving Tuesday promotion is Penfield Children's Community Center. In the afternoon, they're getting behind Capco Kids to Kids.
Yep. Capco's great. Yep.
So we'll hear about that with Jeff Wagner and Wisconsin's Afternoon News as well. But Giving Tuesday is today, if you are so inclined, and we hope you are. 8:44 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Debbie, another check here on the roads.
Yep, southbound 43 continues to be a bit heavy from Bender Road all the way down to about Locust. Northbound is going to be a bit slow from about Locust up almost to Capitol Drive. Eastbound 94, riding the brakes a bit from about 84th Street through the Stadium interchange. We've also got a little bit of a backup coming out of the Marquette heading on to 794 eastbound. And then another delay on 894 eastbound coming out of the Hale interchange out towards Forest Home Avenue. Hey, be our eyes on the roads. Report accidents or slowdowns and road conditions to the WTMJ Hall Mazda traffic tip line at 414-238-9329. Visit Hall Mazda during Mazda's Season of Inspiration. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Traffic is sponsored by Annex Wealth Management. It's time to know the difference, and Annex Wealth Management is ready to help with investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning as a fee-only fiduciary partner. AnnexWealth.com. Click the Get Started button.
Hi, it's Samantha with Heiser. This month is all about appreciation and gratitude, and we want to thank you. Thank you so much for allowing Heiser to take care of all of your vehicle needs the past 106 years. Whether it's for sales, service, or collision work, we wouldn't be here without each of you. Visit Heiser.com for all of our monthly specials, and we hope you have an amazing month celebrating what you're thankful for. Because at Heiser, today's your day.
See dealer for complete details.
Vince Vitrano here for Walker Media Agency. This is a local company that can help you take your business to the next level. What they offer is comprehensive marketing and strategy solutions. And it starts by building a relationship with Matt Walker and his team. And they usually like to start with overhauling your website because they know you're probably not real proud of it. Have you given the digital front door to your business the attention that it needs? Walker Media Agency is the answer. Don't take my word for it. Kowal Investment Group, you hear them here on WTMJ. They've been with us forever as a great partner. Aaron Kowal tells us Walker Media Agency revamped our email campaigns at Kowal Investment Group. They really got who we are and what we're about, and it showed big time in the response we got. New faces, more calls, people talking about our company. That sounds pretty good, right, for your business? If you're looking for results like that, get in touch with our friend Matt Walker at Walker Media Agency. You can find them at walkerwtmj.com or text the word Walker to 855-616-1620.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
When you're in pain, you're all ears to any and everybody telling you they can help you. And at Rejuvenex, we're one of them. And there are others. But the difference here is that in most cases, insurance covers the cost of our treatments because our proprietary and powerful pain relief treatments are FDA approved. Others, like bioregenerative options, aren't covered by insurance because they're not FDA approved and considered experimental. At Rejuvenex, our treatments are precisely administered to where your pain lives, to cushion and lubricate your affected areas to deliver long-lasting pain relief, sometimes as long as 2 years before our next treatment is needed. This is Richard Salinas, registered nurse with Rejuvenex Arthritis Pain Clinics. We can alleviate your pain, and that'll rejuvenate your life. It's pain relief. Really.
Rejuvenex. Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Go to rejuvenex.com to request your appointment.
Fleet Farm's got everything you need for everyday life. Brands from Carhartt to Milwaukee to Purina to Goodyear to Rapala to Levi's and a whole lot more. In-store or online, check out all the brands Fleet Farm carries to help make your everyday life better.
.848 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Some fascinating new information coming out from former Vice President Mike Pence, who has since dropped out of the presidential race for 2024.
Yeah, ABC with some interesting nuggets about what was happening pre-January 6th.
What more have we still not heard about?
And you all recall what did happen. He was not going to stop the certification, as was what he said. Look, I can't. Constitutionally, I cannot stop the certification. And then, of course, we saw what happened there at the Capitol. So now we're learning a little bit about what was happening in the days leading up to January 6th.
Sources tell ABC that investigators asked the former vice president about handwritten notes he had taken in the days leading up to January 6th that reveal Pence had briefly decided not to preside over the certification of the election. Not feeling like I should attend electoral count, Pence wrote in his notes in late December, too many questions, too many doubts, too hurtful to my friend.
Yeah, so he had written down in notes, and this has all apparently been interviewed. He's been asked about this by the special prosecutor. He said, I don't think I should attend. I'm just going to skip it because that way I avoid the fray. And according to what he told investigators, Pence was sitting across the table from his son, a Marine, while they were on vacation in Colorado. His son said to him, Dad, you took the same oath I took. It's an oath to support and defend the Constitution. That's what he told investigators, and that's what led him to then go and certify the election as he did.
Believing it was his duty. Because what was being asked of him of former President Trump was, no, you don't have to certify anything. You can just decide to certify these alternate slates of electors that are going to come in, and it's up to you as vice president. You have that authority as to which slate of electors that you get to choose. And that Pence, not only in his own mind and heart, but also in seeking legal counsel independent of that of the president, the advice that he was getting, he didn't believe that was a constitutional authority granted to the vice president.
Former VP Pence told investigators looking into the attack on the U.S. Capitol that Donald Trump had surrounded himself with, quote, crank lawyers, that he had espoused un-American theories and almost pushed the country into a constitutional crisis. He will ultimately end up on the stand.
Pence will likely be a key witness at the federal interference trial, testifying under oath on the witness stand. That trial is now scheduled for early March, just over 3 months from now.
It's ABC's Jonathan Karl. So here's what's even more interesting. So Pence, when he was talking with the special prosecutors, the Matt Smiths of the world, they even got into his book. So he wrote a book about some of this stuff, you may recall, and they were asking him about comma placement. Comma placement in his book. So here's what he wrote in his book. He told Trump, comma, I don't think I have the authority to change the outcome of the election. But okay. Pence allegedly, according to ABC, Pence allegedly told investigators that the comma should have never been placed there. According to sources, Pence told Smith's investigators that he actually meant to write in his book, I don't have the authority. So there'd be no comma, I don't have. It'd be, I don't have the authority to change it. Thus indicating that Trump did know.
Yes, the comma.
Change it.
The comma would indicate, like, I'm saying, comma. As a matter of conversation.
Yes, yeah.
Eric, it's supposed to rain today, and you may have no knowledge of what the forecast was.
Correct.
Right? Versus, it's going to rain today.
Yes, and that's what they were talking about when he was being questioned by the special prosecution.
That part is fascinating.
Comma placement.
Who threw that comma in there, though?
Well, great point.
Was that an editor that threw the comma in there? Said it sounded more conversational? I guess he'll
probably,
be asked what did he mean, and then that can come out in testimony.
This is massive, though. You're talking about the former vice president is going to testify likely in March against the guy who was his boss, his friend, his compadre, about all of this.
8:52, Wisconsin's Morning News. One more time here before 9 o'clock. Debbie, what's happening on the roads?
Still slow on southbound 43. Boy, it's been brutal. We've got slowdowns just south of Good Hope Road, pretty much all the way down to Burleigh. The northbound side slowing down from Locust up to Keefe. Eastbound 94 backing up from 84th Street through the Stadium interchange. Back on the brakes a little bit, heading out of the Marquette onto 794. Things got a lot better on the bypass east and westbound. The westbound's clear. The eastbound's just a little bit tight out of the Hale to Forest Home. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Traffic is sponsored by TaybackAttorneys.com. Heard at work? Call Tayback for the payback. An injury at work may leave you eligible for compensation benefits, including lost wages, coverage of medical bills, or a cash settlement. Call Tayback for the payback. TaybackAttorneys.com.
WTMJ Now with Steve Scafidi.
If somebody tells me one more time that they like the fact that so-and-so is a bully and tough, this is what we're going to get. We're going to have brawls in the Senate hearings. That's not leadership, folks.
Get the latest news. Hear the opinions. All in Wisconsin.
I don't think I heard the term, oh my God, as much as I've ever heard on that flight going, oh my God, oh my God.